Event quest. The prologue. It's Valentine's Day, people. Oh, what an opening. I miss you. I miss you, chat. I miss you. I miss you so much. But the thing is, microwaves. I miss microwaves. What the hell is happening? Way shift. Where are we? Is this Mars? The weird mud planet. Okay, good. No problems with the ray shift to the singularity. Well, we are covered in light, so I would say that is a problem. We're monitoring all the data on our end as usual. How are things feeling on the ground? Well, microwaving special, really sweet, except, oh, it's not fine. We're in chocolate. We're literally sitting in chocolate. Guys, I'm in chocolate. Yeah, Masha looks different. Why does she look different? She looks cool in this form, I love it. Never smelled so much of it in one place before. But I think you should try to avoid breathing in too much of it just to be safe, Master. I'm not breathing in chocolate. Tori, do you want some chocolate? Masha, what's your expert opinion? Do you think Master will be safe? Yo, who is this? Sammy Ramos. From Poison, you mean? Did she poison the chocolate? She looks cool, I like her. Is this character any good? At the moment, I do not sense anything toxic, but I cannot speak for what may happen should it get thicker. Yes. True, at the moment we're not detecting anything physically harmful either. And with his mystic code's simple filter functionality, we shouldn't have anything to worry about for a while. My mystic code is protecting me from chocolate. Now, on a different subject, are you upset about something, Semiramis? This makes no sense. If I am here, then poison should be involved in some manner. These two should be struggling for breath from the foul air, leaving me as their only hope for survival. She wants to be a microwaving hero. Then I could reluctantly save their lives, in exchange for having them lick my boots with utmost enthusiasm. I thought that is how things would turn out, but so far there has been nothing of the sort. How dull. Yeah, we only know that Trismegistus chose you. It didn't say anything about why. Anyways, this smell, whatever is emitting it, would seem to be the largest anomaly in this singularity. The chocolate. So we're just gonna wander through the chocolate. Like, we have a choice to get out of the river, chat. We have a choice. We could either leave the river or keep swimming in chocolate. What would you do, chat? It's a river. I don't see any other way to describe it. You can also understand your belief. There is no possible way this could have occurred naturally. Most major singularity anomalies like this are related to a holy grail that's causing them, which means... for this mission, we did merely do something about this chocolate river. Alright, chat. Well, we're all gonna drink up. We'll drink the chocolate. That sounds like a good plan. The same can be said for this air. I cannot tell which came first. Humph! This air seems as though it's trying to cover the very world, or to dye everything the same color. It's so dark, and quite literally sickeningly sweet. How dreadfully unpleasant. So what do we need to do? Hashano, it's your job to find out what to do, and to do it. You laggards should know better than to try and get an empress to work. I wonder though, why chocolate? Could it have anything to do with Valentine's Day coming up soon? What's more, with so much rich chocolate aroma around me. She loves it! She loves the smell of chocolate. It's very hard to think about my own personal chocolate problem. I've been trying to ignore. What kind of confection should I make? For Master this year? She's gonna be giving us chocolate, chat. She wants to give us a gift. So, are we going for Andromeda, or do we go for Mashu? That's the real question. I'm sorry, only should have focused on the mission. Huh? It's stopping. Personally, it's a matter of great importance, but in no way takes priority over repairing the singularity, so please, don't worry about it. Chat, she said it as well. She said don't worry about it. Maybe this is a spoiler. Do you have any ideas for what our next move should be, Da Vinci? You bet. As a matter of fact, I just finished scanning your vicinity, and it looks like there's a servant signal nearby. I can tell from here they're friendly or hostile. Oh, I can't tell. We don't know if they're friend or foe. The fastest way to find out is try making contact. If nothing else, it should get you some new information. Got it. We're gonna try and catch ourselves a wild Pokemon. Or try approaching the signal, or maintaining proper vigilance. Good grief, if doing something about this servant is enough to finish this job, then I can simply bestow upon them a poison chalice or two from my travel stash. So let us hurry and get this over with. Let's hurry. And swim through more chocolate. I think I hear something. It's a chocolate monster. Me too, it sounds like. A weird cry? Or is it more of a shout of excitement? How about Beric? Such outbursts would never have been a place in my beautiful garden. Is she a queen, maybe? Is Semiramis a queen, guys? It looks like the voice you're hearing is coming from the servant signal up ahead. It's coming from inside the chocolate river. Are there any chocolate-based servants we know of? Maximum speed, maximum microwave. Followed by 180. Go, go, go. Who is this? Is that? I don't know. Chat, I don't know who this is. It appears to be someone surfing atop of the chocolate river at high speed. They seem to be whipping up chocolate time and driving it back and forth in all directions. Yes, so they can surf chocolate in this game. What's more, they appear to be using some sort of reins. No, wait, are those chains? I believe they're riding on something rather large just underneath the water. I mean, chocolate surface. Semiramis is an empress. Aye. Well, I can kind of tell from the outfit. Is she evil? Or is she good? I assume if she's on our side, she's good. Damn, it doesn't seem to have made any difference. Looks like they noticed you guys. Keep up your guard just in case. Hiya, hiya. And the whole chat is like, who is this? She's not a summer servant. Well, why is she in a bikini? It's Valentine's Day. Maybe this event is hanging around until Valentine's Day. It's so cute. A chained... No, it's a chained maiden. I read that as a chained mission. Chained maiden. Young. She's a butterfly. Wait, is she related to Oberon? She could be Oberon's wife or something. I'm coming up with another theory. This is officially Oberon's wife. That's her first form? Yes. Are those chains? I'd actually appreciate if you just pretended that they weren't there. They were actually part of my other outfit too. You just couldn't see them. They're kind of inextricably tied to me. They're just chained up for some reason. Oh, because she was sacrificed to the great monster. So, she is not Oberon's wife. I'm still gonna say she is. She's definitely Oberon's wife. Your name is almost synonymous with the image of a damsel in distress chained to a rock. Exactly. An attempted sacrifice. That aside, what do you think? Do I seem a little more Purple Princess Andromeda now? She does, she looks way more majestic compared to Semiramis. Personally, I fail to see much of a difference. Are you kidding? She was literally holding like a plush toy before. One of those pool noodles. No. She's cute, I like her. I like her, chat. I'll be wishing for her again later. It would be the first time people said I don't act like a princess. So hey, what were you doing earlier? Are we asking her out? I figured out pretty quickly that the problem was all stagnant air, right? And I figured that was probably coming from this river. See how it's practically standing still? You could tell from the smells coming from it too. Everyone take a moment to smell yourself. And then take a moment to do something about it. Another thing you shouldn't say on stream. So then I thought if the river's not flowing the problem, then maybe I could improve it by getting it moving again. So I got my Noble Phantasm. Ooh, I want to see the Noble Phantasm. And was trying to store it up when you guys got here. So that's why you appear to be surfing on the water. Chocolate's surface. Yes, there's no water involved. This is all chocolate. Andromeda is way older in lore than Bug Boy. Who's Bug Boy? Oh, you mean as in Oberon. So how old is Andromeda then? She reminds me of like a spacey kind of person for some reason, like those wings are very holographic. By the way, is that your noble phantasm? What do you mean? There's nothing happening. This is Cetus. He's actually bound to my chains. Just to give him a little tug and off I go. Huh? I'm confused, chat. I don't know what she's saying. So she's got chains, and then the chains are... Don't tell me the chains are like linked to the monster or something, and she can like summon it to kill people? Maybe? He's already bound to my chain, so I give him a little tug and off I go. Interesting. That's the sea monster Poseidon sent after Ethiopia, the same sea monster you were nearly sacrificed to in fact. It's said to have become both part whale and part dragon, and it was the base for the constellation of the same name. I could see how your fates would be tied together, but I have no idea how it ended up as your noble phantasm. Yo, she does summon it. She must summon it through her wings or something. No, I'm really curious. I know, right? Especially after Perseus killed him and everything. Who cares about that? She's jealous. Semiramis is being a bitch. Regardless of how much stirring you did with your noble phantasm, the situation did not change one bit, did it? No, it didn't, unfortunately. Look at her cute little pouty face, chat. She has a pouty face. I really stirred as hard as I could too. But no, nothing changed. The river's still just as stagnant as before. I see. I'm sorry, I couldn't be of more help. We'll just summon the sea monster thing, and let it do all the work. Don't worry, that's how it always goes at first. I'll have to make you a good, safe temporary magical energy supply line. You must be pretty long resource left using your noble phantasm. You're even thinking about my energy supply? Now I'm even more sorry that I couldn't help. I'll do everything I can to improve on that. You guys have done this kind of thing before, right? So with times like this, what should we do next? Probably investigate more, I'd say. Andromeda is way older in lore than Bug Boy. Age of Gods, think Medusa. So, I guess the follow-up question is, how old is Medusa? Medusa is pretty spot on time-wise, actually. What, did they used to hang out? Andromeda and Medusa? Okay. Now that you mention it, I think I saw a local avid by the riverbank. They probably know more about this world and river than me. Let's go talk to them. I can even imagine what the locals here must be like, but as long as we can communicate with them, that doesn't seem like a good place to start. Great, I'll show you where they are. Come on, this way. She's suddenly bright and cheerful, isn't she? Even though we only just met, I already feel like we're friends. I'm gonna ask her out. It's done. I've decided I'll declare my love to Andromeda. She's definitely not a traditional princess. She's like 1,000 years old. Now we're talking. Seems like no more than your average happy-go-lucky farm girl. For me, a palace is a place where poison chalices are exchanged daily. That does not sound like a safe way to live your life. Perhaps someone like Wu Zenian, who sees things the same way I do, could hold her own against me for a bit. Who's Wu Zenian? Is this someone she respects? But that girl would last no more than a day. See, she's calling her a girl, so she's not respecting Andromeda at all. She's just like, that girl. She may as well said that bitch. If she's in fact an enemy attempting to deceive us, then we have nothing to fear. I see no need to be wary of her. Go on now, after her. Left to her own devices, there is no telling how far she may run off to on her own. As if she'd betray us, she looks so innocent. Ew, what the hell is this? It's a pregnant chocolate only. Did Fate Grand Order run out of ideas, chat? We have a fat, pregnant chocolate only. Nice. What she's saying, this whole chocolate miasma has been a big problem for us. Miasma, that's in Genshin in fact. It's hard to breathe and it's making a lot of people sick. This isn't the kind of local I was expecting, but unfortunately it seems we can communicate that they don't mean us harm. Could you keep asking them for more information? Sure thing. So do you know what's causing this chocolate miasma? So weird, chat. Why is this thing on attacking us? They reuse enemy models more, so when the enemies are made of chocolate. Hopefully we don't have to beat him up. It's because the river stopped flowing. You can just kind of tell. For that matter, what is this bizarre river anyway? What do you mean? It's the chocolate river, of course. It's been here as long as we have. That's all we know. I mean, come on. If you lived near a river, would you automatically know how old it was or why it was there? No? Especially if it's made of chocolate, then I certainly wouldn't know. But there is one thing. Nobody knows for sure, but rumor has it that this chocolate river lets you see people you miss. Oh, that's interesting. So, why can't we see anyone then? Does that mean I miss pregnant Odys? Well, it's probably like if you follow this river where it leads, you'll find the person you want to see the most. I've never said it myself, but that's what people say. I couldn't tell you any more than that. So it's not true and he's full of shit. This is getting us nowhere. Does anyone else know who can talk, happen to have any more accurate information? I'd say no one else knows any more than I do, especially when this chocolate miasma is messing with everyone's heads, and not just those of us who walk around on two legs. Oh? Are they talking about the local wildlife? It's affecting these too, and I don't think you could talk to them at all, so be quick! There's some of them now, and they're covered in chocolates. It's a chocolate snake. A very annoyingness of the enemy. Prepare the microwave. You there, girl. If all you're good for is making noise, then you may as well be just another farm girl. So if you truly are a servant, then show us how you can handle riffraff like these. You got it. I'm happy to show that I'm a dinosaur just waiting to be sacrificed. These chains are my chains of destiny. If I can't lose them, then I'm going to use them. Let's do this. Oracle's chains. Nereids. Pull in something heavy and painful for me. Yo. With these buffs. Seems like a lot of buffs are based around increasing that noble phantasm. She's a green person. I want to see this sea monster. Based on the story, there is a sea monster here, and I want to see it. Yo, those were her wings! It's a massive whale dragon with cannons? Laser cannons! Yo! Behold my sea monster. See, look, it comes out of her wings. She got a whole rain in there. This game makes no sense sometimes, but that is awesome. I love it. Take that, you chocolate snakes. How do you like that? I love you. I love you, Andromeda. I'm marrying you. I'm proposing to you with St. Quartz. The hostiles have been defeated. Great job, everyone. That was some great fighting, Andromeda. You didn't need any backup from us at all. Your attacks are more physical than I expected. Yeah, she literally took a giant shark, dragon, whale thing and threw it at the enemy. I've always liked being active. It's like they say, simple is best. You make it sound so easy, but that looked like a very interesting combat style to me. Da Vinci has her glasses on. A combination of your chains and the bolt his head tied to. Though if anything, it's less that you're purposely deciding to fight that way, and more like natural progression. Shop currency and hearts to get Valentine's Day CEs. We need more. Is that like a bonus for the attack again, like the 100% thing we did last time with Takaru? Wow, you're sharp. When I was inscribed in the throne, it was the sacrificial maiden tied to a boulder with chains. I can't do anything about that, but looking at it from a different angle, it also means that there's always going to be boulders on the other end of these chains, right? So I figured I could fight too, if I just use those boulders myself. I see. Mythology. You were chained to a boulder by the ocean, so you could be sacrificed to a sea monster. Now that you are a heroic spirit, that story is taken on physical form. And now it's her greatest strength. So you're taking the ties that physically and conceptually bind you and turning them to your own ends. She's a boss. I don't know whether to call that remarkably resilient or an incredible feat of brute strength. She is a tank. So what do you think, Empress? Were you impressed? Is that why your mouth is hanging open? You colossal fool! I am so in shock at the crude, boorish way you act in which you fight. Hang on, is Cetus with you too? Since Perseus used Medusa's head to petrify it. Yo, you are right. Eleanor-sama Guntan-chan-san, you mentioned about Medusa in the same timeline. Which could be said to have turned Cetus itself into a boulder, but then sank into the sea. Does that mean it's also considered a boulder that's bound to you? I'm not totally sure, but probably. I never gave it too much thought. I guess that it just goes to show how strong the conceptual link between her, shades, and boulders really is then. Except she should know what's at the end of them. Since Poseidon is mixed up in this too, it could be as strong as a curse straight from a god. Anyway, fighting stuff aside, the important thing is, we won! I still can't believe that fate ran out of ideas for this guy. A chocolate Oni. Thanks for saving us. Creatures that have lost their minds like that attack us sometimes. I wish I could give you something in thanks, but I already told you everything I know about the river. No, actually, wait. I just remembered something. That's fast. What did you remember, Chocolate Oni? What is it? Do you guys have any other friends? I had more friends than you. Because I saw someone else who had the same air about them as you guys not too long ago. Oh. Who could it be, chat? I don't know who it could be. Maybe it's Lev. Has Lev returned here? After all, we were in Oceanos in the main story. No, we killed Lev. Wait, we killed Lev. Who else could it be then? They were investigating the river too, so I thought that they might be with you. Cool music. Someone who has the same air as us. That probably means that they were a servant. Can you tell us where you saw this person? A wild Pokemon. It couldn't be just another friend of yours. We all came together. We microwaved in the same ray shift. On this mission, Semiramis and I were the only Guardian servants who ray shifted here with Master. So if there are any other summons around here, either way they were summoned by the land, like you were, or if they have something to do with this anomaly. Regardless, you shouldn't have to try and make contact with them. Does the river look a little different to you now? It's flowing more. There's a bit more of a mist to it. An ending. That's where the chocolate river comes to an end. It's not only that it isn't flowing, there's no river beyond that point. Wait, is that a person? Something about them seems familiar, but also not. What a crazy beard. Okay, hang on, let me think for a second. Beards. Beards. Nope, no one is coming to mind. Yo! It's that guy from the Discord! Isn't this guy like a pirate? Everyone says he's a weirdo. Yeah, and look! We were talking about this guy. Columbus, who is that? Columbus, he looks like a pirate. Columbus, that's a freak, a microwave freak. I'm dead. Is that the same guy? It looks like to be the same guy, but he looks a lot calmer than normal. He also has creases all over him, including his hand, and his shoulder, and his middle piece, and earrings, and his beard. What the hell is that thing doing? Tonk, 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 tonk. Great timing. Seems like there's only so much I can do here on my own. Is he a good guy? He's actually helping. Is anyone else surprised that this guy's here? I'm surprised with the way he's dressed. Columbus. It's me. Why are you looking at me like that? Because you're a weirdo, a microwave freak. His basic spirit origin data does check out and looks like he really is Chaldea's Columbus. The reason he looks different now is because of a slight change in the data's outer shell, for the lack of a better term. Fake Columbus is among the most historically accurate characters in the game. Is this guy like some kind of alter version of Columbus? It's Columbus Alter. As for what that change consists of, it's more of a black box than I thought. I don't think I'll be able to dig any deeper from here. So you really are Chaldea's Columbus. What are you doing here then? Honestly, I have no idea either. All I know is one moment I was there, the next I was here, looking different. Is this like a secret ascension or something? Why is everyone confused? Hey, come on, why are you looking at me like that? I'm telling the truth. He is part of your team, right? Because it feels like something's slightly off here, and I don't know why. Probably because the guy's a freak. Who knows? Perhaps you will remember an occasion where you were bit into a piece of fruit that may or may not have been poisoned. She's all about poison. I'll have you know I'm doing some honest work out here. I've been investigating this world, well, this river really, and I've found some stuff out. But don't pivot, please, tell us. Sure, as you might have guessed, this miasma is the real thing caused by the river not flowing. You can see for yourself, it stops right here. That's why it went stagnant and started producing this weird, unnatural miasma, known as chocolate. That lines up with what we thought. Do you have any ideas how we could fix it? Well, the best and surest way to get the river flowing again is if stagnancy is causing the miasma, then there's no stagnancy, which means no miasma. It just makes sense. But I already tried mixing it up and it didn't work. Sad pouty face again. Don't think I've seen you before, Missy. I'm Andomeda. She's so cute. I love her, and I'm giving her all of my SQ. I'm helping Chaldea resolve this situation. Nice to meet you, big guy. Well, seems like you'll be a big help. No, I mean that. As you found out, storing the river up is enough to make it flow again. What we need to do is give it directionality. Directionality? A long story short, we've got to get a ship on this river. Boats on a river always follow the flow, right? In this case, that same principle can reverse the usual cause and effect, and get this river moving again. Of course, just putting it up won't be enough. We'll also need a crew that's actually tried to go down river. Guess it's possible that putting a boat on an unnatural chocolate river like this might be enough of a conceptual shot in the arm to get it moving again. But how did you figure that out? Come on, I'm a sailor, remember? I've always been good at reading currents and water properties. I wonder about that. Is he not good at being a pirate chat? That poisoned fruit gets more flavorful with every bite, and also becomes more painful. So if we put a boat on the river and get it to a proper crew, that'll be enough to get the river flowing again. That's just the first requirement. There's still two others we need to meet. First, we're going to need more chocolate. You know how the rivers slow to a crawl when they dry up in the hot sun? Same kind of story here. You can't physically move what's not there after all, so we're going to have to scrounge up all the chocolate we can and add it to this river. Yeah, it makes sense. So, what's the last condition? It doesn't make much sense. Kinda. It's weird. We're gonna put a chocolate... No, we're gonna put a boat on the chocolate and go through it with our crew. And kinda move it. Just adding more chocolate to the river isn't going to be enough to cut it either. Just like the figurehead on a boat, or a compass needle that always points in the same direction. It's gonna need something meaningful to base that direction on. Like wind? You know how like with restaurants you get more business if you specialize in a certain dish? Instead of generic diner that serves food, you'll get more customers if they know you're all about, say, pasta. It's a lot like that. Not really following you. Okay, so this chocolate river can't move forward because it's made of, well, chocolate. So we've got to add some of the kind of distinctive color, or trait, or property to make it more river-like. We need to add milk. We're going to add microwaves to the milk to the chocolate. We need to pick someone to represent the river. A river captain, basically. A boat with a river captain is the only way we're gonna get this river moving. Can't you do that? No, I can't. And neither can you. Well, then, who are we gonna get then? Can it be Semiramis? She's an empress. To give the river a new trait, in color you will need to be constantly using as much magical energy as it takes to release a noble phantasm's true name. Oh, so you have to like continuously be using the noble phantasm. Hey Jace, can I borrow your Castoria please? This will work. Trust. I just checked it again a little while ago, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It looks like the river's already got a new trait. Any idea how that might have happened? Did someone toss their noble phantasm in there for a while or something? Wasn't that Andromeda? We all know what happened, Chad. And it's all her fault. I think that was probably me. She's so cute. I was just slapping the river on my noble phantasm Cetus earlier, so isn't my fault. Did I screw it all up? I'm sorry, man, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to help, I promise. She's a beautiful emote. It's okay. It surprised me, sure. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. We can't change the river again easily once its properties ascend, so we'll have to be careful there. But there's a condition that needs to be met for someone to be able to change the river's properties. And lucky for us, apparently, we've already got someone that meets it. What's the condition? They have to be missing someone. It's just like what they said. They have to be missing someone. The chocolate already said this. That chocolate only we told you said this river lets you see people you miss. So the idea is to use that fundamental property to guide a boat down it, thereby getting it flowing again. More or less, so how about it, Missy? Any idea who it is? Uh-huh. It's a little embarrassing to admit, but there's someone I miss all the time. It's me, isn't it? It is me, the love of my life, the hero who rescued me, the boy who married me. I even married her. Perseus actually did that, saved her and married her. I mean, I'd save and marry her too. Age young, love grand. It looks like the new properties are starting to manifest visually too. Is all because we're missing him? You're right, I'm now seeing large boulders popping up throughout the river. Although the current is still as stagnant as before. Looks like Missy here gave this river boulders. So the girl's unique traits alter the river by her magical energy. Let's go get everything quickly. To repair the singularity, we'll need to get rid of this miasma. To do that, we'll need to get the chocolate river flowing. And to do that, we'll need to give the river unique properties and follow it downstream on a bite. This is the most random thing I have ever read. You can get us a bite, right, Columbus? Sure, my set of Maria is the only ship we'll need. Is that his noble phantasm? That he could just bring a boat in out of nowhere? Where the hell's his boat? We also acquired some chocolate when we defeated those chocolate monsters earlier. I think we can add that chocolate to the river. Oh, the resources we get after each fight. Then that just leaves one last problem. Andromeda, it looks like we're going to need your help for this whole ordeal. Can we count on it? I'm also a little bit worried about why Columbus knows so much about this situation. I'm worried too. I feel like he's going to betray us, maybe. Besides, it's not like he always betrays us every chance he gets. Oh, chat, have we seen this guy before? Does he normally betray us? Most of the time, anyway. I'd better keep an eye on him. Yeah, let's smack him. I'm not about to get off the ship now. Literally or figuratively. In fact, I can feel like I should be asking you to please let me stay and help till the end. I think that's probably the whole reason I'm here. Glad to have you on board. Thanks. Alright, let's get the ship on the, river. Dreadplate. Just so you know, I would be able to help out in battle while I'm doing this. It takes a lot of me to keep my ship manifested all the time. Here goes. He's doing it. He's doing the thing. Yo, he created an actual boat with his noble phantasm. Good. Everyone made it on board. I assume it just came up from the chocolate and appeared out of nowhere. Is this chocolate going to be enough to make it to the end? I doubt it. So when we run out, we'll have to run back to the shore to collect more. Yeah, that's the only way. This is just a guess, but I bet this river will easily start flowing when we throw stuff related in to see you, Missy. Meaning we can probably use boulders on top of the chocolate. Supposed to be more accurate to say this is treating the old big stones like they were the same as chocolate. So, boulders are kind of like a filler now. Makes sense? Does that mean I can pull somehow with my chains and toss them into the river? As long as you've got magical energy to spare, then sure. But that'll probably be much too much to be worth it. The best ways to get more will probably be to defeat monsters that look like boulders, or to be breaking apart any good boulders we happen to find and collect their pieces. Assuming we've got someone who's better at that sort of thing than they are at fighting, that is. Matthew? Matthew's not a DPS, so she can break boulders. Are we right? That is why she was chosen to come along. Chosen? What do we mean by that? It's like someone chose this team. Must you show me with such expressions? You'll attract flies. You had better not be thinking what I thought you were thinking. What is this? Fine. It seems time once and for all to set the record straight. Why is she wearing a worker's hat, chat? I'm not a civil engineer servant. You're a microwave servant. Don't be so modest. Don't listen to her. Her hanging gardens are top-notch. Though she is a constructionist. You made a flying garden? That's awesome. Stop that. You should not find that convincing. I swear, she's cute with a little worker's hat. She's good at building stuff. She's actually good at building stuff. The best thing to do with a job like this is to get it over with quickly. So, if breaking boulders is the best way to do it, I could do that, then I will, light though I may be to doing so. That'll be a big help, thank you, we're counting on you. Looks like everything's in place then. As this ship's captain, I'll be the one steering it. As my patron, Andromeda will be the one deciding where it goes. And as the head engineer, the Empress here will be in charge of collecting the fuel we need to make progress. And we'll be the cabin crew. Right, we'll gather chocolate and boulders and handle any other jobs that need doing. Hey, I'm not the type of patron to just kick back with a nose to the air as everyone else does all the work. I'll help around the ship, however I can too. Thank you, Andromeda. That'll be a big help. Then we'll do it together. We'll do it together, chat. She's allegedly the one who built the Hanging Towers of Babylon. Oh, Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Yes, a hanging tower doesn't make much sense. But yes, which is also her NP. Semiramis' NP. I haven't seen that one yet. Thanks for having me. Everyone ready to go? Then I'm gonna go raise the anchor. Amy's a cooked microwave, welcome back. And set sail. Then in one piece. I mean, for the one microwave. Beyond the River of Chocolate. Hey, they do like the title for Fake Grand Order. There are a few words that inevitably come up whenever I talk about myself. Queen Cassiopeia, my mother, divine wrath, and sacrificial maiden. For the maidens. Earned. A hero. A hero? It's Andromeda. What is a hero exactly? I knew, of course, or at least I thought I did. This is a cool scene. But I feel full. That moment. I'd never actually seen one. What, a hero? Oh! He swooped down from the sky and stood in front of me while I was chained to that boulder, and even though I was prepared to give my life if I had to, He still saved me like it was no big deal at all. And then he married her. It was a shock to my system. Seeing a true, genuine hero when I was on the verge of death was overwhelming. Compared to him, the people I used to think of as heroes seemed like mere child's play. He was both the first real hero I'd ever seen, and the pinnacle of what heroes should be. He was that good. He was virtuous enough to be blessed by the gods, strong enough to defeat Medusa and Cetus. He helped countless people, rescued sacrificial maidens, defeated evil, and saved the weak. He's a hero. That is the kind of hero Perseus was. Perseus should be a playable character in this game, don't you think, chat? And that is what made me fall in love with him. It's true love. And she misses him every day. Sorry, I didn't mean to fall asleep. Yes, I'm surprised that you're awake, Mr. Napalm. I'm glad you're here. That's no problem, Senpai. We're still on standby. Besides, it's just something about gentle sailing that allows you to sleep, and it's good to rest while you can. But on the sound of microwaves and I fall asleep. Looks like the voyage is going pretty smoothly so far. Yes, it may not be a fast pace, but the ship and river are both making steady forward progress. And just so you guys know, now that the river is flowing, the chocolate miasma is starting to ease up too. It's good to know that our initial guesses were accurate, not to mention the information we were given. What's that supposed to mean? I've only ever given you accurate information. A big boulder up ahead, arc to starboard. Is the boulder made of chocolate? Wow, nice steering. She's so cute. I am so in love. I used to go sailing a lot too, so I could tell you're really good at this, big guy. Well, thanks, Your Highness. It's nice that boulders can replenish the river too. But it kinda sucks you can't always tell them apart from chocolate. Dangerous too. You said it. You've always got to be careful on the water. One little move on a ship can easily cost you your life. That's right. For sailors, the time spent on board is anything but fun and games. You're gambling with your wife as to whether you'll reach your destination. So while I may play a little fast and lose with the truth here and there, it's only because I have to make sure we get where we're trying to go. So please don't feel like you need to keep your guard up around me. Gotta figure that reminds me of an anecdote that I once read about you, where you lied to your crew to stave off a mutiny when they started to doubt where really was laid up ahead. Can't say I remember that. Is it true, chat? Did he actually do that? But if I do something like that, it was only because it's my responsibility as captain. I hope you can believe me when I say I'm here to make sure the ship gets to where it needs to go. I'll get you there if it's the last thing I do. But we don't even know where we do need to go. Sure, this river's probably going to rise somewhere at some point, but how's it going to let me see someone I miss? How should we know? We don't even know how this chocolate river came to be in the first place, or even how it works. Let's stare at her. What is it, gal? What are you looking at? I was just thinking about how you kind of reminded me of my mother. Your mother was Queen Cassiopeia, right? The one from the constellation. How do you mean? I'd be warned that when comparing a supremely powerful empress to another, you'd best choose your words wisely. I mean, how you're both so beautiful, of course. I've only ever seen such unclouded eyes on infants. You know royalty's supposed to be far less forthcoming about what they truly think. Enough of this. I am expecting a report from the dumps I sent out to look for the boulders. She was getting embarrassed. Did I say something wrong? No. She's not used to you being direct. I think that's what it is too. She is used to dealing with a certain someone who likes to hide his true intentions behind his smile. Isn't that Amakusa? I recognize that character. That's one of my friends named Yeah. Yes, it seems to be that there is a direct tie between him and Semiramis. So an earnest smile and direct compliments is still pretty new for her. I see. That's strange. It felt like something in the wind just changed. What is this? The dams are back. Use words I can understand. There is no point in a report if I cannot make sense. River? What about the river? Another river? There is another chocolate river. Oh, hell was that? Damn, should have trusted my gut, all of you. Blaze for impact and hang on tight. What is going on? The chocolate river is nuts. It's weird, it's like a giant nose. Okay, we're about to get covered in chocolate. What the hell? There is chocolate everywhere. What a chocolate. I can't believe it. It really is another chocolate river. Together they form a giant nose. It's been adding chocolate and other stuff to extend its course, just like what we've been doing with ours. And now it's come crashing headlong into our river's path to block it off. Another chocolate river? So the one you've been sailing on isn't the only one. There was another chocolate river branch too. Oh, give. Why not try random Valentines and see which servants you get? Click the shop and go into it to get or give chocolates. I'll try that next. Beats me, I can't say which one's the original and which one's the branch. Near as I can tell, both rivers have the same levels of codes and chocolate. They're vying to see which one wins out, which completely stopped both from flowing. Though the impact did make what seems to be a chocolate fountain over there. Looks like just the ones I've seen at the buffets. So wait, the boat's just completely stopped? What do we do? Of course it is, it can't move when the river itself ain't moving. If we can feed the river enough chocolate and whatnot to build up its pressure, then it ought to swallow up that other river and start moving again. Is there a painting with that plan? I'll say there is. Take a look at the other river. Okay, but look at the other river. There is plants in there, so we can't actually eat this chocolate. Oh, never mind. It's chocolate banana. I love chocolate banana. They look yummy too. They look great together. The river is indeed quite different from ours. Our river accepts boulders as fuel thanks to the girl imbuing her with her personal traits, so that river must have undergone something similar to make it accept bananas. Chat, winch, servants, love, bananas. You're betting the first random's Takaru. I will gladly give Takaru chocolates. There's a ship on the other river, and there's someone on it. Who could it be? Oh, who is this guy? Where? Yes, it's me, Mr. Redhead. Mr. Redhead. What are you doing here, Rama? What am I doing here? A foolish question. There is someone I wish to see, and someone I miss dearly. So he's been materialized here as a random Pokemon? Because he misses these, well, it says it right here, Sita, my beloved wife. And since the river lets you see people you miss, there is no question that I must make my way down it. I must get to where the river will take me, I must. Now move aside. Oh, we don't have to find him, do we? We're gonna stop him from seeing his wife, apparently. Well, you're about to go bananas on the moon. So it's about to yield for us. Now what do we do? Then again, I guess it's pretty obvious. I can't tell. I can tell. I can't help but tell. Tell what, girl? This guy means every word he's saying. He wants to see this cedar person from the bottom of his heart, and he's willing to risk everything to do that. And I can tell he's an incredibly upstanding hero. I don't know his name and I've never seen him before. But I gotta be right? Yes, you are. Rama is a great hero from an epic poem. He's an upstanding young king who always tries to do the right thing. He's a king! There's only kings and queens in this game. I guess that does make them historical figures though. I knew it. I may not recognize his face or his voice, but there's something about him that reminds me of Perseus. I could tell he's strong enough to face any foe, and an unshakable sense of virtue, no matter what kind of obstacles he may encounter. He'll always face them head on, and overcome them in the end. Perseus has that kind of vibe, and I could tell this guy does too. That's what makes them widely recognized as heroes. So what? Exactly. That's what I'm struggling with, what I should do now. I know we're advancing this river so we can get rid of this world's big anomaly. But maybe it doesn't have to be my river. What do you mean? Good question. Could we use his river? It's his feelings are the real deal. And I can tell he's got a special reason for them too. I mean, it is his wife after all. I also miss Perseus, and it definitely is the real deal. But I don't have any special reason like Brahma does. So if only one of these rivers can keep going, maybe it's better if I give up mine and let his become the main one. Nope, that won't work. His river will never make it to the end. Why not? Let me just tweak this and adjust this, and yep, I knew it. Watch out everyone, that isn't Chaldea's Rama. There's a different version? His signal is still right here. That other guy is someone or something else entirely. What do you mean that someone manifested to get in our way? Huh? He's changing color. Let me guess, he's becoming chocolate. He's chocolate. Is that chocolate, we ask? He just got covered in chocolate. I think so. He changed back right away, but I saw it too. What was that, Da Vinci? As far as I can tell, that Brahma's not a servant. It's an imitation made out of chocolate. This game comes up with everything, doesn't it? Between everything we've encountered like zombies, skeletons, dragons, and now chocolate servants. Even foxes on tanks. Some kind of magical entity or something with a unique orientation became connected to the chocolate, and made something that resembles the servant's spirit origin. I guess we can call it a Choco servant. She's making this shit up on the spot. Someday you'll learn just how much it comes up with. I love it already. I still don't know exactly how this happened though. That thing's got to be based on the desire someone's powerful to see another. So that desire then gets isolated and connected to the chocolate, I guess. It'd be one thing if that really was a servant, but a chocolate imitation? No way! Only someone with genuine feelings has a chance of making it to the end of this river. So no, Missy, you can't yield to him. If that river becomes the mainstream, it'll go around in circles without ever getting anywhere. If that happens, we'll never be able to fix this singularity. So we have to make sure we win. How sure are you about that? I see. How are we supposed to win? We beat him up! Let's kick the crap out of him. The river's not following because it ran into another river that's just as strong. So we've got to upset that equilibrium with brute force. That means doing the same thing we've been doing so far. We need to toss more fuel into the river, make it pick up its pace and overpower the other one. So we need to add even more boulders and chocolates? That's right. And to take it a step further, that other river is getting mixed in with ours at the fountain point. So while this will probably work there, I think we can use filler from that other river that we've gotten your magical energy from then, Bissy. In fact, whichever side can better use the other traits might be the contest's deciding factor. So by trait, bananas versus boulders, I'm pretty sure we win. Does that mean the bananas? It looks that way. So what's up with that guy and his obsession with bananas, chat? The whole thing might sound a little bit silly, but our opponent's dead serious. He took out his sword. And of course the other guy's gonna try the same thing. He might even try to interfere with us directly. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to overpower us so he could then take his time with the river. It could be tougher than we thought. In that case, by eliminating the threat this chocolate servant poses, even if they are from Chaldea, they mean to stay in our way, I see no reason to go easy on them. Well, they're not from Chaldea, so let's microwave them. That ain't gonna help if it comes straight from that river. Even if we did kill him and he just keeps coming back until we do something about the river itself. He's an infinite respawning chocolate. Cool music, I love it. Begin me. I have no intention of standing down. The Battle of Recurse. Though of course I will never kill you, Master Mashu. He recognizes them. I guess at least part of him is the same difficulty as Rama then. That's weird. It looks like Columbus was right. It seems it really is a copy of Rama's desire to see Rita. I know this is selfish on my part, but to me this selfishness is worth taking on the entire world, and if it's one thing I cannot compromise on. Your river is tied to water. Very well. My good friend, Hanuman, once carried a mountain to save our lives. Wait, what, really? He carried a mountain? It would be amusing to do something similar in front of Hanuman's distant relations. So I will cut down the mountain and throw it all into the river. With his banana-type Pokemon. What am I reading, chat? I'm seeing a lot of monkeys all carrying bananas. Look closer. They're darting on the shore as well as that ship. It would seem they're the ones who have been procuring all those bananas. They're on the shore too? Then we've still got a chance. If we can steal those monkeys' bananas, we can whittle down the enemy's forces and poison our river. 2 birds, 1 stone. Or rather, 2 birds and 1 monkey. Doesn't look... wait, no. 2 gym monkeys and 1 stone. Doesn't look like they're giving us much choice either way. But they're the monkeys. Wait. We have to do this, no matter what. I still can't say with confidence that I should be the one leading this river. I definitely don't want to deny his wish. But if the only one way I have to help others, then I'm going to follow my own feelings wherever they lead. Sorry, other hero, but we're the ones who will be going ahead. It's Choco Ramen. Is this where we need to apologize? I'm sorry, Rama. Not really. I play my abilities. 36 plays. I'm at 100. And with the story support servant, I'll increase my attack. And I'll play this. Summon my mighty sea monster. And have this pathetic duel, you. Oh, it gets defense down as well. That is helpful. Like that. We win. I need a copy of Andromeda myself. Yes, guys, we will also be streaming tomorrow. Take this. She's all letting them back down. She's a anime character. Take this, Rama. You chocolate warrior. Finish him off. Throw him into the river. Chocolate Rambo is defeated. And our river is starting to flow again after overpowering the other one. Let my chocolate flow. Chocolate. What? The hell? It just became a bunch of boulders. That's not fun. It looks like now that our deadlock is broken, the chocolate counter is turned into a chocolate mountain. This game comes up with anything, chat. ... Columbus seems impressed. He must be a servant. Look, he's disappearing like one. I'm glad the river's flowing again, but what's going to happen to him? He's getting microwaved. That guy's kind of like a ghost born from the original desire to see his loved one. The ghost then merged with and took over that chocolate river, causing it to advance temporarily. How does Columbus know so much? But once our river absorbed that river and forced it to stop, the ghost barely returned to its senses. Now the only thing it could do is disappear. Yes, you are actually just a piece of chocolate. Hey now, cheer up! I'm just talking about the Choco servants of this singularity. The original servants are still back in Chaldea, and their feelings aren't going anywhere. Where are you going, Missy? I'm sorry. I know we can't let you keep advancing your river, but your feelings are still just as real as mine, I can tell. It's okay, I understand now. I am Rama's desire to see Sita again. I'm essentially one facet of his mind, given self-awareness. I have no more substance than a mirage or a shadow. And besides, even if I did see Sita again, I could never face her knowing I had taken a dishonorable path to reach her. Still, even now, there is a part of me stubbornly insisting that dishonor is okay if it means seeing her again. How unbecoming. No king or hero should be having such conflicting thoughts. But then I'm a jumble of weakness and indulgence. It's no surprise that I would... No, you're wrong there. I know what it's like. I'm a piece of chocolate myself. Is she? She could be the river. Actually, that would be weird. I'm coming up with a random theory again. I know that people we call heroes are still people with the same doubts and hardships as anyone else. I know that sometimes they worry even more because they're heroes, and that sometimes they agonize even more than mice because nobody else understands. And I know that no matter how great a hero you are, you're still more than just your heroism. Your microwave-ism. I know because I've lived my life with someone like that. I've seen what it's like up close and personal. Andromeda. So it's okay. You don't have to convince yourself that you were mistaken. Don't worry about acting like a hero. Just hold your head high and go where your feelings tell you to go. I love the writing in this. I can feel the emotion. For what it's worth, I really hope you find what you're looking for. I see. You know, hearing you say that does make me feel better. And $30 makes them making me feel better, and then he's dead. For you! He dropped something. Is that a chocolate? I knew it. He dropped a piece of chocolate. It would seem so. I think this is what was used to give chocolate Rama his form. Hey guys, got a second? I've got a guest here who wants to talk to you. Just for a little. Oh, that's funny. It's the same guy. Now he looks like an actual ghost. I've been watching the situation on the monitor so I understand what is going on. Are you the real Raleigh? Indeed I am. I apologize for the trouble my feelings have caused you. But you're not actually sorry, are you? No, I cannot help how I feel. I can't say I'm surprised at my desire to see Sita again. We're strong enough to assume this chocolate form you met. It's so random. But I love it. If another situation like this were to arise, I expect the same thing will happen yet again. There's no way to stop it. All I can do in advance is ask for your forgiveness and for your understanding. Well, it's not really his fault, chat. Now, I trust you have no objections to having purged your chocolate doppelganger then? Of course not. Besides, even if I had continued down the river, what would be the point of having only my personified desire to see Sita again? If anyone's going to see her again, it should be the true me. So no, pay no heed. Because he's a servant, and after he... Wait, I'm confused. How were they actually there in Chaldea? It's kind of like Professor Oak, where they're all kind of like... all the Pokemon are hanging out at the same place. But I thought that if they no longer needed in a singularity, they disappear and they go back to some thread or something. Don't forget to try pulling seeds from the Valentine's Day exchange. I'll do that next. It's kind of a relief to hear that. What should we do with this chocolate I just picked up? This is a container for my feelings. It does seem as though it retained its core though. Feel free to use it as you would any other chocolate. You need chocolate to fuel the river now, no? I don't think one piece of chocolate will make that much difference, so I think I'll just hang on to it for now. Do with it what you will. You may even eat it as an emergency ration if you like. At any rate, let me ask you one final question. Are you one who exists alongside heroes? I'm not sure. What? What do you mean? She is. Honestly, I kind of feel like that alone wouldn't be enough. So if I do happen to see your Sita, I'd love to talk to her about this. I see. You and her are very different, but something else tells me you will still hit it off. If you should meet her, then please, tie her down with those chains of yours until I can get there myself. What am I reading? Farewell. Don't listen to him. What? What the actual hell? He must never be able to see Cedar again or something. Good. The ship's picking up speed again. Great that we can pick up where we left off, gathering boulders and chocolate, and using them to extend the river. It doesn't look like bananas will work for that anymore though. That was only the area we were just in. Never mind that. What was the last conversation about? Since you asked, she's blushing for some reason. This is a good time to tell you guys, especially now that meeting the last hero jogged my memory. It's not like I ever forget really, it just got me thinking about it again. What are you even on? What are you talking about? I guess you could say it has to do with my current goal. You see, I'd like to try becoming a hero myself. Oh, she needs to save someone to do that. And save the day. Valentine's 2026, Section 3, The Shape of Loves. Shape. That's a weird title. It's always weird in this game for these events. Let's talk about what it means to love a hero. Love me then. We were so happy together. And we were incredibly fortunate to be wed. Our love was perfectly ordinary, and we were able to nurture it in a perfectly ordinary way. Oh, right. I know what we're doing here. It's her. It's Andromeda. We found lots of treasures together. Treasures that made us happier than words can express. They had 3 children. And since he was a hero and the Prince of Argos, we never wanted for anything. We lived in several different places over the course of our lives, but it didn't matter where we were. As long as I was with him and the rest of our family, I had everything I needed. That's so sweet. I can't complain about a single aspect of our time together. From the moment he saved me from becoming a sacrifice, I devoted the rest of my life to loving him. Chad, that is beautiful. I witnessed his heroism right by his side. That's so sweet, I love it. So you know, it's like I said, I know what it's like. I know that the people we call heroes are just people with the same doubts and hardship as anyone else. And as a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why I'm here now. Everyone does love a good love story. Andromeda. Well, she's worrying for some reason. She's my wife. I have MP2 of her. I'm so fired up right now that I'm gonna toss in even more boulders. Yarr! She's a pirate as well. It's a red parrot thing today. It's like Okeanos all over again. I tell you not to wear yourself out, but I'm getting tired of repeating myself. It's great that you've got energy to spare. Just don't use up so much that you collapse. I won't. You've always got energy to spare, don't you? All those servants after all. I agree. I feel more energetic myself just watching you in action. Master, was without a little break. How about we go gather chocolate too? Why does Bashu look so different there? She's wearing a different outfit that I haven't seen before. It's good to know that she actually changes. Surely you do not think that an abundance of energy is enough to become a hero, do you? It not? Just kidding, I know that. Perseus wasn't a full of energy all the time kind of hero either. I'm not trying to be like anyone specific, I'm just trying to do the best I can, in my own way. As for all my energy, I kinda like to get like that whenever I try my best at something. So she wants to be a hero, huh? She's made that pretty clear. So says, class advantage is only gameplay mechanics, not lore. Know that Orion is fairly weak lore-wise. He is? Artemis only hijacked his position in the same graph, but parameters is still based on Orion. Oh, so in that circumstance, Orion's actually pretty weak, but he becomes strong because of Artemis. Well, we've all been saying how strong Orion is whenever he criticals and stuff. So maybe the power scaling is not from is not from Orion, but from Artemis instead. Is that right, son? Daypart, you haven't even started chapter 2, like on the Valentine's Day event. You should get into it. There's some good stuff in the store. You want to try becoming a hero? I know what you're thinking. What business does someone like me have to try being a hero? But please don't take it too seriously, okay? This is just more a personal goal of mine. Like, I want to selflessly help as many people as I can, but that's also being driven by a selfish desire. I'm pretty selfish a lot of the time. Actually, she's downplaying her feelings by laughing like some mustache twirler. Anyway, that's all there is to it. So if I ever say anything weird, just chalk it up to that. In fact, just forget I said anything at all. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get this ship back on the river. Or let's get this microwave back in the microwave. I wonder what story is there. Alright, that ought to take care of Unleash's latest boulder. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. You call those chains of yours the Oracle Chains Neurodeeds, right? Hey, so you actually asked us really respectfully to ignore the chains. And Da Vinci's like more curious about science than anything. This is kind of rude on Da Vinci's behalf. You should just like respect the fact that she said, don't even talk about my chains. Where did that come from? There's no deep meaning to it. I just kind of felt like calling them like that, so I did. The Nereids. Isn't that the name of the divine sea nymphs that led you to being sacrificed in the first place? Uh-huh. There was an oracle who said I had to be sacrificed because they were so angry, and now they say that's how I ended up chained to that boulder. They say? There's more than one. I had these chains because of the Nereids' wrath, which we knew about from that oracle, but that's way too long, so I decided calling them the Oracle's Chains, Nereids for short. I see. Well, that leads me straight to my next question about the nitty-gritty details. There are differing accounts of why the Nereids were so mad in the first place. So, one says that it's because your mother, Cassiopeia, boasted about being just as beautiful as them. Joe, is Cassiopeia in this game as well? Like, can we actually compare the two if they really do look like mother and daughter? And another says, she was boasting about your beauty instead. Which one was it? She is beautiful after all. I'd rather keep that a secret if you don't mind. Hey! We don't keep secrets in this game. This is my grand order. Oh man, but I can't say I'm surprised. Sometimes it's just rude to go prying deep into heroic spirits' past. And asking them about their chains, Da Vinci. Stop asking them. Sometimes there are cases evil and they don't remember what happened anymore. So if you don't want to answer, that's fine. Besides, there's no fun in just having an answer handed to you. Great. Thanks. In exchange, I'm happy to talk about anything else. What about Perseus then? Would you be willing to tell us about him? So he says, super alright, it's just Orion with a granted Saint graph. Think of it as a promotion. Artemis promotes him to be good. And actually strong. I wanted an Artemis as well. Yo, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna chuck it into ChatGPT. Hold on. Artemis FGO. I'm gonna create some. I need an Artemis to be strong just like Orion now. Oh, chat, I just saw something I shouldn't have. I'll show you guys in the Discord when it's done generating. Reference in. Done. Alright, it's on. ChatGPT is making something awesome involving Artemis. Regular servant is regular employee, and grand servant is a manager. Right. We have several Medusas back at Chaldea. We do? I mean, of course we do. She's not exactly a subject we can comfortably discuss there. You have Medusas? Plural? I could see how that'd be awkward. Andromeda, can we have multiple Andromedas, please? Thinking about it some more, I'd rather not talk about Perseus either, sorry. But you said you were willing to talk about anything. She's lying. Someone's read anything else. It seems there is a great deal you cannot tell us, girl. If you mean to betray us, I suggest you tell us now so I can prepare just the right poison for the occasion. It's not like that. It's just, when it comes to actually talking about him, I just kind of get a little bit embarrassed. Look at her face. I mean, you don't usually talk about romance with people only you just met, right? At least that's my impression. Good point. I don't have much experience with it either. Well, I mean, how long has Fake Grand Order been around for? I assume Mashu and the Master are actually kind of a couple item chat. Or at least they'd become one. That's my assumption down the track. But now that you've mentioned it, that does seem right. Maybe we can try again once we've all gotten to know each other a little better. There you go. Sorry again. If anyone's going to betray us, it's going to be Columbus. And here I thought it, girls about your age generally talked about nothing but romance. I mean, obviously we have a lot to talk about with people with some crazy romance stories in the Greek myth community, but whether you could actually talk openly about your own kind depends on the person you know. Because she's happy to bitch about anyone else, but not herself. Damn it, another new river. Who is coming to intervene with us this time? It looks that way, Master. Yes. The rivers are connecting. Who will it be this time? It's a river chocolate fountain. Boulders and people. Wait, people? They're more like statues. Roman statues. Maybe they're from Greek mythology as well. That wouldn't be surprising considering we've been talking a lot about Greek mythology today. You're discussing love, that's fine. I'm always ready to talk about mine. In fact, every such one make is an expression of the love I have for my king. Wait, for the king? Is this a woman? It's a woman! Who are you? There on the other ship. It's Galatea. Okay, our new servant chat. Can we use this one to try a third noble phantasm as well? Does anyone have this one ready? And Galatea. Yep, she's giving us the same kind of readings as Rama, so the real Galatea is still in Chaldea, and that's a Choco servant, made from her desire to see the person she misses. And well, chocolate. A Choco servant? I've never heard of that phrase before, but that's no problem. I'm not interested anyway. My only interest is in seeing my king once more. Whoa! Whoa, that lady's a real statue beauty. Can't even say that word. I can feel Lady Aphrodite's blessing pulsing slightly. It seems I'm far from the only Greek here. I guess the reeds, Cetus, and Poseidon have a pretty distinctive smell, huh? Well, never mind that. So you have someone you miss a lot too, huh? I do. My husband. King Pygmalion. I've heard that name before. He has a pretty important role in history. Our love was so great that even the gods gave us their blessing. I was transformed from a statue into a human. Oh! That's why all the statues perform. That's weird. What statue was she? I mean, I'm assuming it might be called Galatea. I must see him again. No matter what, I must do whatever I can to repay his love, for I love him too, with all my heart and soul. I'm impressed that she can say that with a straight face. We know firsthand how strong Galatea's feelings are. She's not going to back down just like Roma didn't. I can tell how genuine her love is too. It's so strong that it's basically all she needs, even at the expense of others. Of course my love is genuine, but I don't see why you think that makes me some sort of berserk warrior who turned off their brain for it. Isn't she actually a berserker? As proof, I'm willing to engage in a peaceful, civilized contest to resolve the conflict. We will calmly and rationally expound on our love and our desire to see the person we miss more than anything. Wait, we're not going to fight? We're just going to talk. And then whoever talks less dies? What? Jay says Aphrodite granted Pygmalius wishes to turn the statue of Galatea that he sculpted himself into a living person. And she is a berserker car servant, so she turned her brain off, chat. Whoever convinces the other that their feelings are stronger will be allowed to proceed. I assure you I'm prepared to win. All I need to do is keep talking until you admit defeat. My love is infinite, so I could talk about my feelings to my king for days on end. Is she not like some kind of robot? And as a Greek statue I can easily withstand, and climate weather as well. Just look at how many others have remained intact for thousands of years. Now where to begin? what if we start with our favorite features from our loved ones' bodies? What? I'll go first. His shoulder blade lines. Chuck, what am I reading? Chuck, help me. We're about to go into something weird again. Man. Man, you're so strong. I can't believe you just out and said something like that. I don't know if I'm cut out for this kind of contest. Then I win by default. And as the winner, I'm going to keep my river going. With what else my statue trait? All I need to do is see my king. Now is to keep making statues. Something I've been doing all this time already. I'll start by finish up one that was nearly complete. No. No. She does show to be a bit mechanical. She does look like a robot statue. Updating the statue to machine for design. Come on, girl. Now is no time in backing down. Your opponent means business. They like shoulder blade lengths. For now, I'll throw in more boulders to match her. Now say something. What do you love about Perseus? That helped. We're back to a deadlock again. Should I keep going then? That'd be better than nothing. But I'll tell your boulders alone will be enough to break past her. We'll need to use your opponent's traits to further our river. Just like we did with the bananas. This is so weird, chat, but I kinda love this about anime as well. We kinda come with a world, and we have these weird rules, and then we kind of come to understand it. The statue she's been throwing into her river are being treated as the same material as your boulders, which means our boulders are counting as her statues here, effectively giving her double river fuel for free. Wait, what? She is a mecha. Galatea is a mecha, chat. She's a microwave waifu. You know what? As much as I want to say yes, she's not my style, unfortunately. I just came up with a hilarious image that Artemis is powering me up. Whoa. Oh, I gotta say, you chat, you'll love it. Give me a second. This is from our chat earlier. Artemis? Yeah, look, Owen. This is because of our conversation, so, yes, we have Artemis powering me up. Cloud Crusader as a Super Saiyan in a microwave. Oh man, this is making her a berserker. She is devotion to Pygmalion. It's so singly focused. Definitely relevant. There's no way we'll be able to beat her by playing fair. Then what do we do? I think I have some good news. Galatea seems to be very particular about each statue, living up to our highest standards, which means she's not going about it very quickly. I hope we can use that time to come up with a strategy. The best thing would probably be if we could throw in statues of our own to give ourselves a boost, like we did with the bananas. But we just said that we were giving our power to her. I'm pretty sure Chrono has a clue of the Greek servant's design now. Yes, I do. Thank you for noticing. As a member of royalty, surely you must have studied at least one form of art, no? I do have tutors, but I usually slipped out of my classes to go swimming. Oh, exasperated sigh. Can't say I'm surprised. She does like to go swimming after all. Is there anything we could do, Da Vinci? Good question. Since we have some time to spare, maybe we can scrape together enough resources to send someone in to help. Time to spare? We have an enemy literally in front of us. What do you mean, Da Vinci? Maybe we can call on the real Galatea from Chaldea then. I had the same thought, but she actually just turned me down. She said there'd be no point in contesting her love for a king with her own self, and we can't force her to agree. I understand where she's coming from too. I am leaving the thinking to you. Even if she does, she still will overwhelm us eventually if we do not keep up our resistance. I'll release the stockpile of boulders I have accumulated thus far. Hang on, I've got an idea. What was that? You have another use of these boulders in mind? Let's drop them on Galatea. We're summoning Richard the First. Who else got Richard the First in the chat? We know Jace was the first one in NA who probably scored. Richard the First, by the way. 1D over quality. We summoned a giant. A giant furry. You made the right decision calling on me. I do take issue with one thing though. My mass production's quality is just fine. Okay, hold on. His name is Edison. Edison created the light bulb, and he's a lion for some reason. And it's like a giant light bulb on his back. You don't like Edison. Why not? Thomas Edison. He used to create the light bulb. So why is he a lion then? That doesn't make any sense, chat. He's a MGM line reference. What? Your last thought was Australia. Oh, dang it. Oh, it's better than nothing. I can't tell you. What? You can't tell me why you don't like him. I'll just say, okay. I could churn out perfectly satisfactory articles at downright friendly speeds. All I need is this gizmo. Wait, what? He's giving off American vibes now. The direct current fully automatic rock person conversion machine. I'm so confused. I don't know what half those words mean, but it sounds amazing. I'm sorry I didn't keep up with what's amazing about it, no matter how simple you explained it. It's quite alright, my fair and energetic young lady. In fact, that's the greatest compliment any inventor can receive. You don't need to understand inventions for them to be useful. All sorts of problems can crop up from understanding them too well. Chord battles, cheap imitations from competitors who don't know their place. I don't know how your line mask works either, but it's amazing too, and looks so real. I think it is real. That's because it's not a mask at all, young lady. So would you please stop tagging on my beard? And rest assured you don't need to understand how this Hatterfine works either. Anyway, trust me when I say this gizmo here is something special. Why is he a lion? I don't understand. How do we use it? Simple. Hit the switch. Throw in the necessary amount of rocks and... What is that? That a statue as well? I'm so confused. He uses rocks as material to make new statues automatically like so. So he's a scientist. I just wish I had a little more time. That way I can make the statues move autonomously too. This is plenty. The more important thing that we now have got way to make statues that will work at the other river's trade. Maybe we could compete with Galatea's statues as beautiful works of art, but this should at least be enough to match it with numbers. Look up MGM Lion. Hang on, I'll do it now. MGM Lion. Oh, Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Oh, okay, and that linked in with Thomas Edison somehow. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. That's why there's a connection there. Their fates are tied together again. So he's a lion. I would hate that. I hate that. We're definitely outpacing her in units per hour now. Of course, though, our lower quality of our mass-produced stone statues will make a difference in our river's propulsion. But the only way we'll find out is to try it and see how it goes. That just leaves the question of material. Not even a genius of my caliber can make something out of nothing. This is only a test run. The machines will soon shut down unless we can keep providing it with rocks. Well, good thing that Andromeda has boulders. The way is set. I'll feed it rocks for as long as my magical energy lasts. We'll get me rocks too. Have I to say the story writing in this is very odd, compared to like the fun in Okeanos, tinkering ships and battlefields. And now, we're throwing rocks at the enemy. Yep. Very well. She put her work hat on. I will show you the way. Let us hurry and get this over with. Mr. Napalm, please tell me this character is an AoE servant. Nope. It is not an AoE servant. Hey chat, this is Napalm's fault. Yeah. Oh, okay. My single target Noble Phantasm is taking down all of these enemies with a giant sword. Lightsaber. It may as well be an Excalibur at this point. Remember my name, Napalm, because my cannons are filled with napalm. Stone. Take down the enemy, yo. Is it just me or did they drop a bunch of potatoes? Battle, what are we looking at? Oh! We're taking on Choco Galatea. Like, for real. We're really far away. Judd, she has a noble phantasm already. With high defense, I wasn't expecting this at the start. Yeah, I'll do the waiver MP after the stun. There's no choice. I'll do it again. Waiver MP. Please get the stun off. Reduce your charge. Charge loss, get mission complete. Oh no, we're not doing enough damage. We're about to get clutched, chat. Our skill scoring is guys at 98%. Yo, perfect. We can power with this. Hey, this battle's exciting. Valentine single targets always wipe you. Oh, Jace, I didn't know that. That's a relief, isn't it? Here, I'll go with a triple attack. A quadru attack. At least we get to see her noble phantasm, probably. Unless if I can stop her. Take another one. Charge loss again. I had 2 units I could do charge loss. Come on, MF services. Yo, we did it. Joe, we did it. We did it. Let's go. Take that, Galata. You won't even get a noble phantasm. Chocolate fountain. The river is flowing again because we beat the crap out of Galatea. Got a cool animation for chocolate. Very clean. For a gacha game. And now it's a boulder. I prefer the fountain. The plan worked. We did it. Goodbye, Choco Servant Galatea. Once again, I won't get to see my beloved king. My love has failed. It's okay. There was nothing all of them with your love. I guarantee it. Then why did I fail to reach him? Because I failed to meet my deadline? Maybe. I think it's more like, we're stronger than you. I just wasn't meant to happen for you at this time and place. That's too bad. Goodbye, Choco Servant. I miss him. I miss him so much, but I'm sure my love will reach him one day, as long as I don't give up. I've always believed that. This time, you're just going on ahead of me, right? That's right, it's none of that whose love is stronger or weaker. I'm just going first, that's all. Come to think of it, I never did take a turn, did I? This is a little embarrassing, but since you told me a little about the person you love, I don't think it'd be fair if I didn't return the favor. Okay, Da Vinci's totally listening in right now. The person I want to see again is named Perseus. He came down from the sky and saved me from being eaten by a monster. There are lots of things I love about him. So many I couldn't even count them all. He's very strong and very kind. He's honest and straightforward. A kind of a crybaby even. He's a great hero, who never gives up and who always succeeds. Everyone knows how wonderful he is. I see. I don't know how he compares to King Pygmalion, but it doesn't sound like the object of your affection is a great man. It does sound like that. It makes sense that you'd miss him. She shouldn't be playing the comparison game. That's part of it, sure, but that's not all there is to it. Sure, he was a great hero who had everything and could do anything. But that wasn't all there was to him. There was also sides to him that I think only I knew, and it's all those sides that I miss more than anything. That's why I'm here now. I see. Alright, now that I've seen that expression of yours, I'm willing to let this go, because that is unmistakably the face of a woman in love. Now I know what theme and motive to use for my next piece. Huh? She's gonna create a statue of that, about Andromeda. I don't know what she was talking about at the end, but I'm glad it sounded like she made peace with this. Another piece of chocolate. It looks like a cute miniature from Galatea. She must have carved out her own core in the last moment before she disappeared. Impressive. Yo, do they do that often, that little cute animation thing they just did? Hang on, maybe I'm gonna give Senpai a cute miniaturized version of human chocolate form this year. On second thought, never mind. I do think it would make for a very unique Valentine, but I don't think I have the technical skills to make it the quality it would deserve. Let's ask Galileo to do it then. The Willy Wonka, wish he had that big of a chocolate river. I bet he does. I'll have to remember this idea before I make my final decision in that case. It's really impressive. But now I definitely can't eat it or throw it away. Guess I'll just have to hang on to it then. Anyway, we managed to win the second river battle too. Yay! How many river battles are there, guys? Is there like 7 or is there like 3? I have a feeling there's like 3, hopefully. Sure did. The river's flying nicely again. All this talk about love is giving me hives. What? You never talk about love yourself, Empress? Isn't there anyone you're interested in? No, there is not. ... Hey Jace, would you go on a date with her? The Empress? Semiramis? I reckon a few people would. Napalm would. I'm still points farming for items. No! Napalm, it's gonna take you so long. Why are you all looking at each other like that? Be honest, there is someone, isn't there? One more word, and we will have a year on our hands. Come on, Galatea. And I talked about the people we love. It's no fair on you to do the same. So come on, spill it already. Paying Gardens, activate. She's activating Noble Phantasm. She's gonna kill us all. Can't we talk about this? Empress, please wait. 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 Here we go. Section 4. May those who fight be blessed. My chocolate. More chocolate. And with chocolate. It all started with something trivial. It all started with a microwave. So trivial I barely remember any of the details. Oh yo, we're back to one of these ones. I love how they've been doing this and changing up the art style and adding this in. I'm just gonna remove myself for a second. Someone's crying over there. Their head is in their heads. Interesting. Wonder why the queen is sad. It was a day much like any other in the kingdom. My mother, the queen, was bragging about beauty, but she just had to involve the nymphs. My beauty, or maybe it was my daughter's beauty, is even fairer than the Nereids. This angered the Nereids, who had always been jealous of the sea nymphs. Their anger then spread to Poseidon, and from there the course was set. Everyone knew what became of people, of nations who angered the gods. Poseidon sent a giant man-eating sea monster to terrorize the populace, and high tides that threatened to drown the entire kingdom. My father, the king, feared the end as he held his head in his hands. My mother, the one who created this mess, turned deathly pale and didn't say another word. And of course, all the other Ethiopians were panicked out of their minds. Some cowered in fear, some tried to escape, and some prayed to the gods just by knowing their pleas would fall on deaf ears. Some of them gave up and resigned themselves to their fate. And scenes like that played out all over the nation, now facing doom thanks to a single, half-hearted boast. It's an interesting story, isn't it? And I love how they keep doing that about Andromeda. So faced with all of that, I felt I had no choice but to do something. It's a nice, pretty blue sky. Perfect for a sail. Aha! It's so peaceful out here. I'm covering her face. Yeah, I'll disappear for a moment. Well then, Missy. What are you doing draped over the side like that? For a moment, I thought you were laundry that'd need to be hung out to dry. Okay, we're doing some character building. Can you blame me? It's just so nice out. She needs to rest after producing all of those boulders. True. You gotta take breaks so you don't burn out. So you don't care much for peace? Are you kidding? I love it. You can't enjoy anything until it's peaceful. As long as I don't have any gods angry at me or monsters trying to eat me, or creepy older guys trying to arrange marriage with me. I don't need anything else. That would be creepy. For someone consciously wishes to be a hero, you certainly say a lot of useless things, girl. Did I say something wrong? I don't think so. Many of the people who call heroes love thieves as well. Do not be ridiculous. No hero can possibly be born from the lukewarm water of peace. I never thought about it like that before. Now I'm not sure what to think again. What is the most important thing you need to be a hero? Whoa now! Don't look at me. I can't help you with that. I'm no hero. I'm just a sailor who gets ships where they need to go. I still think he's going to betray us, chat. You'll be the last battle, I'm sure of it. Kade's got lots of heroes, but it's still a hard question. Very well then. I do not know if this is the most important thing, but I do know it is absolutely crucial. Charon needs to be strong. Your husband, was he not? He certainly was strong. How can one hope to be a hero without the strength to defeat one's enemies? I guess you might be right. But I also think there's more to it than that. It also depends on how you define strength in defeating enemies. I mean, it is true that Perseus was super duper strong. Hey chat, can we actually play as Perseus? I remember seeing a guy with a shield who became an owl. Is that Perseus or is that someone else? He was the son of Zeus, and he was blessed by both Athena and Hermes. I remember the very first time I saw him, I thought, oh, so that's what moving faster than the eye can see looks like. Is this helping? I'm not just coming across like some kind of lovesick housewife bragging about her hubby, am I? You're doing fine. I'd love to hear more about how Perseus fought. I knew it! I knew she! Look at that outfit, but also look at her face! She's adorable! I knew it. You just squeaked your tongue at me big time. I'm sorry. That wasn't me. Saber Medusa was passing by and went out of her way to make sure the mic picked it up. What do you think you did? Hey, get back here! I swear. I see. So I only knew her head, so I didn't know she could be such a square. Medusa, a square? Never thought about her like that before. Perseus is on the friend banner, if I recall. Really? Oh, we should try the wish for him, and we can unite their love together on my account. I know that you need to be strong enough to defeat your enemies, but in my case I basically spent my whole life around a hero whose level was already maxed out, so I don't really have any idea what's normal to most heroes. Oh, he's not in the game. Wait, didn't Napalm just say that he's on the friend banner? He's not in the game? Who's that one with the shield then who can become an owl? Because I really like that noble phantasm, it's one of my personal favorites, but I don't know the character. He's in like a library as well. You have to be strong in the first place for the gods to bless you, right? So, exactly how strong do you have to be for that to happen? I guess for people from ancient Greece, having support from the gods is a pretty clear-cut way to tell who the heroes were. In her case, she definitely seems to be affiliated with Poseidon, but I think it's more of a curse that she managed to turn into a straight. The servant who becomes like an owl, the third skill enables them to change their form. So they have a shield when they're single target, and then when we press the third one, he kind of looks like an owl. And he is in a library for the noble phantasm. So which character is that? Because when we press the third skill, he becomes AoE, and you can kind of swap between them. Uh-oh, we have an impact. Collision. Who is it this time? Tall males? I think it might be. Uh-oh. Incoming. And looks like a river. It is a river. A river of chocolate. This event is so weird, I don't know what to make of it. I think the rider kind of went out the window a bit. And then we have Columbus, the guy who's gonna betray us for sure. Damn, I didn't know it was possible for a river to smell scorched. I thought I heard talking about defeating enemies coming from here. It's a time for battle, isn't it? It's a fiery person. Wait. Who is this? It's Carly. Isn't this like a major spoiler? I heard them talking about someone who's purple in the Discord, purple and blue. Talking about the last guide. It's a guide. And look, her ship appears to be custom made as well. Is she just a casual character or what? That literally does look like the One Piece. The Go Merry. And, oh, we have these rat people again. Please don't stumble on the deck too hard. Please don't. It can only take so much. The what is it called? Takarabune. Takarabune, that means treasure ship. Must be a whole lot of coin on board with a name like that. Let's rob them. Kali is another chocolate servant, as you might have guessed. But the Dai Kokuten actually look to be regular Chaldean servants. They must have gorged that singularity on their own at some point, just like Columbus did. Why are you guys helping out that Kali? We're still Big Boss's loyal servants, of course. But when Boss Kali here gave us an order, we just couldn't bring ourselves to refuse. I feel like Shiva, do you like me? You rodents are so precious. We're flattered, but also terrified. Please stop before we fail. We'll do anything you ask if you just spare us. Even an Eastern god, she looks like a really powerful one too. We're getting gods like her now too? It would seem so. Oh, this is Durga. We've seen her noble phantasm before, but she was actually not blue. Durga is one of Chaldea's heroic servants. She's one of the Indian gods for the sole purpose of destroying evil. Yeah, she's definitely a spoiler. Events pulled units are coming out before the event, so they assume you're up to date. Yes. Completing for Yuki definitely means I'm up to date. Durga's spirit origin. That Kali's only a chocolate servant and not the real one, so I don't know how helpful this information will be. At least though, chat, she's not going to be strong like the original Indian god then, because she's made of chocolate. At least now I know she is an incredible god, she looks really good. So you are my opponent. The one I wish to see again, of course, Shiva. Oh, so was there like some kind of lesbian love or something? Shiva's a woman, isn't she? I thought I could do so if I made my way down this river. So that is exactly what I will do, together with these adorable rodents. Only one river can continue one past point. Then that makes this battle, and you, my enemy. Battles must be won and enemies must be defeated. What the frick? Why does she look crazy now? That is who I am. That is my purpose as a god. Guess that rules out a nice peaceful discussion. Can't say I'm surprised. So what's your river traits then? Enemies, of course. For I subsist on the blood of my fallen foes. Please don't lick my cheek audibly gulp when you say things like that. Oh, yes, chat. Yeah. Good grief. It contains the blood and body parts of various monsters she has killed. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised seeing how her portfolio is of war and slaughter. Shiva in the myth is actually depicted as a male. Oh, okay. I thought it was a female. Alright, so that means things we need to use to give our river an advantage during the battle. Our enemy parts. That's terrible. We are going to chop off enemies and put them in the river. Apparently, what happened to the riding, guys? Okeanos is so cool. And then we go over here, we've got chocolate rivers, and we are putting body parts in the chocolate river. Awesome, chat. Yeah, they should, and right now I bet the chocolate they drop will be even more effective fuel for the river than regular chocolate. Does this mean we can use their wings and horns and stuff in my river as well now? Why do you sound so excited about that? In the end, it seems our task remains much the same as before. Arguably, we will now be competing on speed and numbers even more directly than before. That's true, I think there's going to be an especially large focus on battle. I've got to keep my eye on the boat, so it won't be much help during the fighting. He likes to up out of the fighting, have you noticed this? That's okay, we've got our job and you've got yours. We can handle these enemies on our own just fine. I'm a little scared of what happens if that goddess tries to attack us directly. Just look at how many arms she has. Yeah, she's got like 8 arms. You light monsters and I will not fight you directly. This will simply be a contest to see who gets one or more enemies faster. Let us begin! She's going to kill us. It sounds bad when you use the word slaughter, but putting that aside, we'll be doing the same thing as before, Master. We need to kill off as many creatures and get as many battle drops them as possible. Sounds like we've got a lot of fighting ahead of us. Let's do this. Is this an angry looking person to you guys? She seems like an angry one. She's a meteor! No, she's a phoenix! She's a fiery blazing phoenix! Yo, that is sick! Yes, Candace looks like a cute anime girl. She would never harm anyone. Take this! Cool music. I think we killed a lot of them. How's that? She's crazy! I thought this was like a peaceful guide. A peaceful Indian guide. But she's killing everyone. Kali's river still has more momentum than ours. Now I get why the 100-handed Hackathon Cheeries was such tough opponents. Stop that. If you have time to whine, you have time to work. Even my feeble-bodied master is doing his best to focus on the battle at hand. Surely you can. Huh? Materials, yum yum, pow pow. Oh boy, is he experiencing a fight as high or something? If I were to pay this scene myself, I think I'd make his eyes into dollar signs. The kind of focus is not good at all. Master! I think you should take a little breather. I hate to pretend that I am the master right now, with dollar signs in my eyes. Have some water. I guess I could hang in there for one more stretch in his place. Okay, this chick's name is Karma. Why does she look like such a goddess for? Anyone who seems to have like an extra doohickey around them is usually known as a goddess in this game. She's an Indian goddess wearing a fiery bikini. Yes. With an extra doohickey. Wow. Shut. Wow. That's all I can say. They're all dead. How's her looking now, Da Vinci? It's a dead like this before. There's no way we can keep collecting materials like this. But if we can break it now, we'll just have to do our best to hold our ground. I agree. Kali may be strong, but we outnumber her. Especially with the day covered and preoccupied with taking care of a ship. So if we all keep working and fighting together, there's still a chance we can gain an advantage. I'd like to increase our numbers even more if I could. Summon more servants. Wait, is someone there? Who's that? Wait, we're actually using... No way. We actually get to use Choco Kali. She gets 100%. Let's just fire off her MP straight away then. What about this? Increase MP strength for 3 turns. Nah, we'll do that next. Guess it's a full-time battle. I can't believe we actually get to see this now. This is a real treat. Final spoiler though. Yo! She's a fire-type Pokemon. No way! This is how she kills them all? Wait, there's that weird world thing again. The same thing that Karma had. Yo! That was magnificent! Chocolate. Wait, we haven't won yet. We won? Why do we win? That doesn't make sense. What happened? Right, we're all dumbfounded. Okay. I'm not surprised her magical energy's running out after all the time she used her noble phantasm. At least she seems genuinely happy. 4 times through. I don't know how I feel about this. I was a little more fired than usual at that since the river looked pretty dangerous and bloody, but now I feel like all the wind's been taken out of my sails. Don't get me wrong, I'm really glad we won, but still. You're wrong. Girl, that smells like the sea. My river is the right one. I could tell from its smell. Huh? Wait, did you see that? Columbus is up to something. I suppose it's too sweet for that, yes. Too sweet by far. Well, no matter. You have defeated me. Which makes you a warrior. Be proud. Huh? I'm really not the warrior type. I'm more of a weak side than anything, and I don't have any amazing weapons or cool techniques. I don't mean now, but talk about the color of your soul. You are undoubtedly a fighter. You have fought, haven't you? But being weak is no excuse not to fight when fighting is called for. If you know that, then you too are a warrior. Idle. In that sense, yeah, maybe I am then. I fought even though I was weak, or at least I tried to, but... Then remember how you tried to fight, and be proud. Then all you need, that is all you need to do. Now as a goddess of slaughter, I shall commend you by victory by endowing you with my blessing and protection. And now we're dazed. Please don't worry about us, we'll absorb a little out of her dance's aftermath and see ourselves home. Go home, you silly mice. There's the blessing. Phew. This is a divine blessing and protection. Now that I've actually got them, it feels awkward. Not to mention, I don't know how or what they actually do. I'll just consider them something of a good luck charm and not rely on them too much. Dice says Kali's a goddess, but once she gets going, she has a hard time stopping. Yep, she obviously enjoyed killing the enemy. Remember, you have to do a free quest plus points needs to open each chapter. So I've got all the points, and at 1.5 million points, I just need to beat up the free quest. I didn't really get the other thing she said, but for now, she dropped the chocolate too. Hold on to it, just in case. Please accept these rice balls too. You need your strength for a long voyage. They look yummy. Thanks! Farewell. We're on the great One Piece Go Merry ship. There's definitely been some complications, but it looks like you can get the ship moving again. Hang on a second. I'm kind of ecstatic that a real goddess showed up here, even if it was through a human vessel. I'm even glad that I was able to beat her. I still think Columbus did something. Did you guys notice that when we talked about how her Ripper was the right one, Columbus did some kind of like weird smirk? We sure did, well done. Let's get back to Chucky and Chocolate and boulders and keep making headway down the river. He's evil, he's up to something, I know he is! You tried and failed for Daiko so many times for that reason. Daikoku-ten is the first AoE quick caster servant in the game. They're actually pretty good, even for a 4-star. Yeah, but there were a bunch of mice, I'm not interested. I mean, I did look at the Noble Phantasm, it was kind of funky, but it's not someone I need on my servant roster. Did it really smell that much? The river? Man, gods really are amazing, she saw right through me. Though I'm sure I deserve to be called a warrior. So then, what else should I be called? What else? A hero. This is Andromeda speaking. That's what I still thought back then. I believed I could be a hero. I believed I had to be one. Nobody was going to save us. If someone didn't step up, our whole nation would be destroyed. And everyone knew I would die. So... while my parents were wringing their heads and wailing to the gods, I stepped up. Is that Andromeda in the middle? And I said something. Honestly, I was pretty scared, and I didn't know if I was doing the right thing or not. But what I did know was that it looked like that was our only option. Father, Mother, I have a favor to ask. Will you sacrifice me to Cetus and say that an oracle said you had to? Wait, what? She asked for this? Why? That's right. I chose to sacrifice myself. I thought she was taken against her will. She chose this. How these rice balls are so yummy. I know what you mean. The Daikoku-ten's rice balls have been the most popular foods in the cafeteria ever since they joined us. Oh, here, Andromeda. Have some tea. You too, of course, Master. Thanks, Mashu. Yum yum. The slight bitterness of this tea pairs perfectly with the sweetness on the rice. I love it. Stop that, my lovely dove. Settle down and wait your turn. There is more rice for all of you. Now that the river is stable, and take a break and replenish your energy too, Columbus. I'm okay. I haven't fought at all, so I'm not so tired that I've got to recharge. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the ship. There's no telling what might run into next after all. So just you worry about getting yourselves ready to go. I see. Well, let me give you one of these anyway. One of the best parts of that rice balls is you can eat them with one hand while working on something else. In that case, I have no reason to refuse. Thanks for the grub. That's good. Legas. ... We also had some hard-boiled eggs in our supply kit. Would you like one to go with the rice ball? Thanks, don't mind if I do. Eats up. Alright, Da Vinci, just take it easy. It's not like Columbus is Columbus just because he stares eggs on their ends. It's fine if he just eats one normally. Still, that being said, why are you so normal this time? It's such a direct question, Da Vinci. Be honest, you're totally plotting something, aren't you? I feel the same way. I know that you're coming up with something. Is that true? Hey, now that's not fair. I've just been doing my job the best I have, haven't I? I just thought he was a responsible older guy who didn't like to talk much. We have had a number of incidents with him before. A very large number. So this is a regular thing, chat. What is that? Now where's my money? That was technically a dream? What are we looking at here? What is this one? There's 3 of him! That was someone Dolman's doing, okay? He's an egg, and that time he happened to be shut like an egg. Yeah, we can't trust this guy. Hang on, now that I think about it, he hasn't pulled too much out of himself since he came to Chaldea, though. Right, I knew you'd understand, Master. I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm on your side here. I mean it when I say I want to get rid of this river and the singularity. So please don't suspect me when I haven't even given you any reason to. I guess you're right, I'm sorry. I wasn't seriously suspecting you, but I just couldn't ignore the part of me that was any longer. I agree. You sound even more relaxed than usual, partly thanks to your new outfit, and it may also do with this latest mission taking place on your boat. Steering my ship is my one job here. Of course I gotta take it seriously. I think I mentioned it before, but on a ship there's no point worrying about whether something's real or not, because it doesn't affect your destination. No point if something's real or not, huh? Weird, that's a weird thing to say. Can we trust this guy? I'm still gonna say no. No, we cannot. Here comes another river. Those rice balls really hit the spot. There's no way I'm gonna lose this next battle. Who's gonna be this time? Who wants to see someone they love? It's funny, it's all been about romance. It hasn't been about just because they miss them. Like, you know, someone's mother or father. It's always been a romantic love. There's wyverns. This is like Orleans all over again. Dragons and wyverns. This river's gonna get a little violent again. Who are you? Oh! It's Creamhild! No! Who are you? Why are you here? Oh, I don't want to beat you up. You're a nice anime girl, cute anime girl person thing. It's Creamhild. I mean Chocolate Creamhild. Not gonna lie, that's a yummy sounding name. That said... What is that behind her? Yeah, wait, is there another servant here? Even with your laughing, it's still putting out the gloomiest aura ever. Did something bad happen to you or something? Something bad? Oh yes, absolutely. It's not anything specific as much as it is my very existence. I'm practically made of bad happenings. My entire being is made up of dark, pitch-black elements so dreadful that everyone fears to despise me. Talking about seeing yourself in a negative light, I still don't know what it is that I'm doing here. But many gloominess is inescapable, so don't worry about that. You don't know what it is that you're doing here? Aren't you going down this chocolate river because there's someone you want to see? Yes, there is indeed. The man I despise more than anything. Hagen. Even now I can see his blessed face. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him if it's the last thing I do. Well, this is a twist. It's meant to be about romance. Valentine's Day. She just wants to kill someone who's already dead, probably. He's the only person I want to see again in all of existence. What? The hell is this? Dazzling tilting head. We're all speechless. Taking a girl pity on her by looking the other way. What about those banners behind your back? This is the weirdest thing in fate that I've seen for a while. What about my back? And do you think I have even the slightest desire to see a certain dragon slayer whose back is the weak point? You couldn't be more wrong. Oh, that's why the river is full of dragons. It's Siegfried. She just jumped onto our ship to give me the stink eye up close. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, but is that the guy in the Haggard's prison? Hagen person? Is this one of those love-hate things? I guess that counts for the river's purposes. Place cards? What are you talking about? Okay, time out. Everyone comes together. This is cute. I love how they do this. I don't see how they do these little things in the early stages of the game. Like these extra little flash things across the screen. This seems to be a new thing. My guess is those things behind her back are part of her Choco Servant's body. She's probably not even aware of them. So they're not popped out regardless of what she claims. Even those banners of her or place cards. Whatever you call them are chocolate, huh? Guess it's like your own hair then. You don't really know what it looks like unless you pay close attention to it. So, since the chocolate servants are being made from the desire to see someone independently bonding with chocolate, then the form they unconsciously take probably reflects their true feelings. Cream's burst of revenge outweighs most things in her mind, but her love for secret is just as strong, even if she waited a bit. Thanks, chat. That makes sense, Jace. That's why she's here. I'm getting confused. Could someone give me the too long didn't read? First of all, you need to know that Cream Hill there is a berserker. She has a cool noble phantasm. We've seen that one previously. She's really bad at expressing her true feelings. Are you done with your huddle up yet? I'm getting tired of waiting. Thanks for waiting for us so politely. Well, I'm still a queen after all. While I do excel at trickery and deception, as a celebrity I do of course maintain a certain level of composure as well. Hold on, you have the same scent about you as I do. I'm taking a photo of this is so good. I don't know about the celebrity part, but I'm royalty too. I'm Andromeda, Princess of Ethiopia. No, it's not the scent of royalty. I knew it. You have the scent of a woman who suffered untold headaches in the hands of a heroic man. Let me guess, you're married to a hero, aren't you? How did you know? I never knew of any headaches because of him. Stare. But you do have something you wish to say to him, don't you? And yes, I know this question has nothing to do with who may or may not be waiting at the end of this river. Or yeah, I guess I might. But I promise you I was very happy spending my life with him. I really was. So it's not like I want to take him to task of problems we had. I just want to add even more happiness to what we shared. I guess it's more like a late present. In this case, that present would be the Valentine's Day chocolate I never got a chance to give him before. I think that's the reason why I want to make my way down this river. She's not going to allow that. I see, so you were happy. You can say that unabashedly without a hint of shame. It seems you and I are very different kinds of brides. ... I challenge you to a duel. I accept. But why? You ticked me off. Doesn't it get more straightforward than that? I know we've got to fight now that our respective rivers are clashing. But there's no point in fighting a one-on-one duel. Right now, you ladies and your rivers are one and the same. You need to overwhelm your opponent's river to win, or they'll keep coming back to life. And what kind of duel is that? Thanks for changing up your event supports. I'll have a look. If you win, I'll let you have all the various dragon materials I secured ahead of time. My river's trait is dragon. So your river will easily beat mine, and then our duel can stand in a river battle without issue. That's true, but we need to entrust our fate to the girl? That does not fill me with confidence. It may be faster to simply hug the nearby dragons. I don't know. If Greymilda has that many dragon materials, there's a good chance she already finished off most of the dragons around here. You're serious about this, aren't you? Of course I am. I mean, look at all those love banners. You and I may be different, but we're also similar. I don't know how I know that, but I do. You and I both began our stories as brides of heroes. We may not be able to change that about ourselves, but we're still trying to become something more. I embraced the gleam for the sake of my revenge. What are you trying to become, and why? If you truly were as happy as you say, then won't you want to do anything more? I want to become more for his sake. It's a bride battle. I knew it. You're so bright it makes me sick. Just looking at you ticks me off and gives me a headache. So I'm going to crush you head on for the sake of my pride. Nice. I'm sorry, everyone. I know I'm not the most dependable fighter. I don't blame you for being nervous about my chances, but I promise I'll find a way to win. Trust me, okay? You got it. Your love is stronger. I want to talk with her more. I feel like she and I have a lot in common. We both spent our lives next to amazing heroes. We both knew them better than anyone else. So I want to ask her what it was like, how she felt about it. I doubt you'll get a straight answer. As a queen gone berserk, she only says what she wants to say. So I'm going to interact with her in another way. I'm going to face her head on, with everything I've got. I think I'll learn something about her that way, even if it's only through fighting. Understood. Good luck, Andromeda. Thanks. Here goes nothing. Okay, Grimhild, my love is stronger. I'm going all out. She has a headache. I play my critical stars. And I'll play my target focus. She has guts, by the way, the enemy. We'll go red, blue, blue. We want to get our noble phantasm up. We get our criticals. Yo, she's almost defeated already. We killed her. That was easy. Unbearable. And we've got to get noble phantasms. Her attack is up. We got one more. We'll go again. Take this, Berserker. Plus, because she's a Berserker, she's going to take more damage from us anyway. We are stronger than her. We don't even need a noble phantasm for this. Stay back, Grimhild. I'm going to ride the chocolate wave. The river is ours. Grim is going full Rita Repulsor. They're really going at it. Who's stronger? I suppose you could say that. We're stronger. Yo, we forced them back. You know what I mean? He's simply terrible with words, and not just because he uses so few of them. I totally get it. Of course, they're bitching. Whether he speaks up or not, he's so dense. He never seems to know what's going on. How does someone reach adulthood like that, let alone become a hero? I know, sometimes you'll be racking your brains trying to figure out what he's talking about, and it all turns out to be something so stupidly simple. Just think about it pissing me off. It's a battle of bitching. But I still want to see him again. Yeah, I do too. I only want to see Hagen so I can take my revenge. If I never see my husband's face again, it'll be too soon. I can't help but wonder something. That Choco servant there is made up of feelings from Grimhild, who's already a Chaldea, right? And I'm pretty sure that Grimhild sees Siegfried on a fairly regular basis right now. They've even gone on missions together, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking as though I've already seen her true colors, you're wondering why she's choosing to go down this chocolate river now of all times, yeah? Especially since she can now see him again basically whenever she wants. None of that matters here. That Choco servant's basically the embodiment of her longing. It's not the same Grimhild at Chaldea. Jay says Grim being a 4-star Zerker packing a 50% battery is one of her big draws. Yet awesome. Can't believe she's a 4-star. If anything, it goes to show how long she must have gone without being able to see him. Oh my, Belmont just slipped out of my grasp. Hey, watch it. You just grazed my beard. I said it slipped out of my grasp. Now shut up before I turn you into a dice, don't it? I'm warning you, if you keep talking about things I don't want to hear, I'll be so distracted that my hands are likely to slip again with fatal consequences. Got that? Basically, she's still consumed by the desire to see him again. I think I understand what you mean. Uh-oh. At any rate, there are some things I get about him, but there are some things still a complete mystery. That's why for so long, I know, some things you just don't get. It was the same with me. But that's also why I want to see him, even if it's just a little more. Yo, they broke apart. Is it over? It would seem so, though whether the outcome is favorable for us is another question. Oh no. Did we lose? They just shook hands. What? And we're just beating each other up and now they're shaking hands. It's not enough. There's still so much I'd like to talk about, but it seems like that will have to do for now. You and I may be very different kinds of brides, but I know that we are also the sort of comrades in arms. Next time, you'll have to tell me all the big complaints you have with your husband. Big complaints? I guess I could come up with some if I think it's hard enough. Of course you can. Every bride of a hero has her own hardships to bear. We'll have to continue this another time. Yeah, we will. But let me warn you about one thing. I'm sure you'll find it helpful. Stop sacrificing yourself. Don't give up on what you want just to make him happy. Heroes are so dense that they'll never get it unless you spell it out for them. Yeah, I know what you mean, though I think it's probably in a different sense that you do. As long as you know. There, I threw all the Queenie's dragon parts into the river. Here it comes. We're going to win. It's a river dragon. Boom. And it turns to stone once again. Alright, I'll let you have this one. Go on and see the person you want to see, and make sure you hit him with everything you want to say. You even have my permission to do so physically if you want. Wow. I don't think my statements will be quite as forceful as yours, but I'll do my best to make you proud. And once I see the man I love again, I'll be happy enough for both of us. Wait, for the record, as I've been saying, yo, thank you so much for the big cheer, I so appreciate that. Thank you, Dory. Wait, for the record, as I've been saying, I have zero desire to see him again. She's gone! Thank you, Dory, you're awesome, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Cool emotes. You don't get many nice, straightforward, Cinderella like her these days. It definitely suits her though. You did it, Andromeda. Congratulations on your victory. I'm kind of tucking out now. Hope you don't mind if I take a break. She's going to fall. I'm amazed that a princess of royal birth could fall asleep so openly on a ship's deck in this matter. Just goes to show how tired she is, and much she trusts us as well. Good grief. Good grief indeed. Thank you again. We didn't use much of our border stockpile on this river battle, so we can make some good progress with what we've got while she sleeps. And speaking as a sailor, my naval instincts tell me we're getting close to the end. Another day or two want to do it. Let's keep the momentum going. My river is bigger than yours. Valentine's Day 2026. Until I meet the ideal you. Let's talk about what it means to miss someone. Ah, we're going to get that thing again. Let's talk about what it means to miss someone. I love Perseus from the bottom of my heart. That's why I want to see him again. But I'm also a little scared. Why is she scared? She loves him. But I still want to see him. But what if this happens? But what if that happens? And round it goes. So I decided to remember the time I spent with him and trust in that. I love and changed the artwork for these little sections of the story. I decided to believe in what we had together back then. There were more happy moments than I can count, but there were also a few, just a few times when I saw something else behind his face. So I decided to believe there was something I could do to help him for once. I miss him. I miss him so much. But... So what did she see behind his face, I wonder? Hello, Man of Force. Welcome back. It's a Valentine's event. I just never have a deep story. So it's like a regular thing. Right. I was kinda like, why is it so messed up? What's with all the deep breathing, Missy? Feeling seasick? If you've got to hell, it's better not to hold back. It's not that. I never get seasick. I guess I'm kind of getting nervous. Nervous? Because the river's coming to an end? I'm wondering if I really will get to see Perseus. It's not that I didn't believe that I would. I just didn't quite feel as real until it does now. So that got my mind racing and my heart pounding. Events based around a holiday are largely self-contained, or just give featured story, servant story to build on. Well, I guess we're learning all about Andromeda right now. What do I say when I see him? Is what I'm wearing now okay? Oh, it's definitely more than okay. Now she really sounds like a young woman. A young girl in love. She's no Galatea, but I bet she'd still make a great modist. I get it. I totally get it. Who said that? Oh no, it's an old river. Another river is coming in. Unison. Chocolate! Lots and lots of chocolate. Are they people? Are they people in that river? Who the hell is these guys? Who are they? You want to see the object of your affections? But you're scared of what will happen if you do. But fear not, lovesick one. It's Blackbeard! And we also have, who's this other guy? Red hair. Sorry. Red piece of clothing. It's the Sips! Your love is sure to turn out swimmingly. Sung in perfect harmony. Who's the guy on the left? Well, you guys are in perfect sync. Are you actor heroic spirits? Have you done a lot of musicals? We've just been doing Okeanos, so this Blackbeard already seems incredibly different. Blackbeard and Bart. Oh, the other guy's Bartholomew. Come the same way like that, but no. They're actually pirates. Blackbeard and Bartholomew Roberts. Two of them. Is one of them a genuine Chaldean servant like we saw with Kali? Not exactly. They're, are they the real thing? I think they're the real... Oh, no, they're both chocolate. Okay. They're connected. They're one chocolate splitting two people. How did that happen? That's weird. This is just insane. What? This event is full of life sometimes, isn't it? One of those genuine wishes to see someone they miss have the right to be here. Of course, I would have much rather been here on my own, but apparently and unfortunately, old burly Blackbeard here happened to have the same type and degree of yearning that I did. So we ended up stuck together. Did they both want Drake? Is it Francis Drake that they seek or someone else? They've been microwaved army men figure. Who are they calling Burly? They rather suck you with the pretty girl than you, but it is what it is. Still, I think it's a miracle after all those times I spent sobbing myself to sleep after having to throw away the chocolate I'd made for myself to make it seem like I was actually popular. God must have heard my prayers and finally decided to bless my pure lovesick heart. Pure is one word for it. Does that mean you both want to see the same person? I don't see how you guys could have ended up the same river otherwise. I don't know enough about how this works to answer, but our yearning definitely lights up in one way. That's right. The person we both want to see so badly is the girl of our dreams. Huh? Who is it? Like, I'll finally wait to meet her, because without saying that she's a stunning beauty, but she's also sure to dress in a sailor uniform. You can't do otakus that occasionally wear glasses but look really good on her. And with an aura of mystery, the likes of which has never been seen before. She's also sure to have bangs perfectly covering her eyes. Bangs, we talked about this in the last stream. Spoiling? Well, that is the girl of our dreams, it's light, and who we're here to meet. Sounds like you guys have really thought this through. Okay, chat, I have a theory. The girl that they seek doesn't actually exist. They don't even know who they're seeking, but they're hoping it's at the end of the river. That's what I think. I can tell you're super serious about this, but I'm still surprised your ideal is so specific. Now you see, this is the dream of a man among men. It doesn't matter how cringe you find it, we'll never change it for anyone. We couldn't even if we wanted to. I don't think it's cringe. Like I said, I can tell you're a bunch serious about this. It's clear from your eyes that you really love this person. If anything, I'm kind of inspired. It's impressive you're able to talk so openly about what you love. In a good way. Your eyes are so no slouch either. In fact, I could hardly believe it. A pretty girl who's kind to otakus. Stay strong, Blackbeard. And remember who you actually love. The girl waiting for us at the end of this river is sure to be all that and more. Good point, Bartholomew. I was almost about to settle for strawberry and forego the shortcake. Though of course strawberries are plenty delicious in their own right. Based on how they're behaving. And from what I see in their river, it looks like their river's trade is... Oh... That's right. Our river's trade is Mo. And if that's not clear enough, let's just call it affection. What's better way to demonstrate affection than with objects that accumulate in lots of it? So there are all kinds of figurines, wigs, magazines, and photos in that river. All the otaku stuff. These two don't have a specific person, just the ideas they want. I knew it! They're things you both consider your treasures. Items filled with affection, huh? We had many thrown into the river, but don't think we did so lightly. Jay says Blackbeard is worse than Bart, since Bart only loses it around girls with bangs, where Blackbeard is much wider net. Blackbeard will go for anyone. It took every bit of strength we had to toss our collections overboard. We borrowed them from our originals when we came here. It's not stealing if you take from yourself. So that's why Blackbeard and Bart were so distraught about the things missing. Yeah, you got it now? We've endured our own pain and suffering to make it this far, which is why we can't afford to lose. If that means becoming a demon, then so be it. Capricorn. Huh? Hey, dog. They're purple Super Saiyans. Even I could tell their magical energy is skyrocketing. They really are deadly serious about this. So I know we need to fend off their attacks while adding things to our river like usual. But I have no idea what kind of item I could use. I love the sea and swimming and stuff, but how do you turn that into objects that get thrown in the river? We'll just have to hold on while we figure it out. That's it. We're using Andromeda. They're purple Super Saiyans. Oh, it's an endurance battle. Endurance battle? Then I'll play this. Wait. Oh. Shut. He actually has a noble phantasm already. Fine. Yo, I've got it. If it's an endurance battle you want, it's an endurance battle you'll get. I'm setting you my Andromeda first. Oracle Chains, Nereids, last one. With Cetus. What if we actually kill them? Could actually kill them. Waifu. Stun these Super Saiyans. Do we get them? We got them. They've both been stunned. And now we have Jace, Gastoria, Bingo. They're both ready. I'll play this. We're matching Copper and Noble Phantasm for 5 of them. I'm lucky that I actually brought in Castoria. Yeah, what is actually Blackbeard's Noble Phantasm? Yowie, something's coming! This must be his own pirate ship! Yo, that's sick! We live! And what about Bart? I saw a purple Super Saiyan. He's a pirate! Oh, he has us surrounded! Yo, these Noble Phantasms look sick! Where you led there? I'll play this for target focus to spare Castoria. Ugly. I wonder what happens when we hit 0. We did it! We did it, Chad! We withstood 2 Noble Phantasms. We're holding out so far by throwing boulders from our emergency stockpile, but we can't keep that up much longer. Is there anything we can do? I'm sorry, but I don't have the objects that signify my affection either. If I could go back to my room, then I could throw in Bodol and I could think of something. Please don't throw me into the river. But right now, I don't think I have anything on me that could help. Me neither, at least not on me. Neither do I. For the record, I have no particular fondness for poison, as merely a means to my ends. I do not find it interesting at all. Then we'll have to go on someone with affection to spare. Who are we calling? Wait, is that Zufu? Oh, I know who the top one is. We'll go with someone we know, the bottom one. Calling in Zufu. You want me to give up my Lady U collectibles? Why would I ever do that? Forget it. Never happening. It might seem like I meant a lot, but I curse each and every one myself with lots of love. Wait, that thing on her back is a doll. So we're talking about her giving up her own dolls. There's no way I'd ever hand them to anyone else. Things are loving me out for me and me alone. I'd sooner burn them and have them be thrown away for no good reason. She said no. Did she set fire? On second thought, never mind. Even if it would, we don't have the resources to send anyone in to help you. I'm sorry, I wish we did, but we haven't been able to refuel quickly enough. Just give up, it's no use. We'll be marrying the girls of our dreams in no time. We are so screwed, we do not stand a chance against the love that these two have. But they're anime girls. Ridiculous though it may be, their feelings are genuinely powerful. Even if we did scrounge up an effective item or two, it would not be enough to move the needle against their onslaught. Indeed, there is no point. We'll need a great deal of them to make any headway. But then what can we do? Is this where we lose, chat? I'm so close. I can't go this far and not make it all the way to the end. That's why I've got on this ship in the first place. To make my way there and see it with my own eyes. Wait, was that Columbus talking? That was Columbus talking. I guess I've got no other choice. You have an idea, big guy? Sure do. As a matter of fact, I've got plenty of stuff I feel real affection towards. I really don't want to let any of it go, let alone throw it into a river. But I owe you people. If this is what I have to do to make us square, then so be it. What does he have? What just fell out of your fist? Is that a coin? It would appear to be a silver coin. Surely that's not all you have, no? You said you need a whole bunch of affection items, right? I guess I've got no choice. More money! He loves money! He's dropping all his money in. I've never seen so many coins piled up in one place before. I can promise you I've got tons of affection for these things. This music is hype. I devoted my life to gathering these coins, but I'm willing to let a whole bunch of them go. After all, I can't let our ship stop here after we've come this far. You have been orbiting for nothing. So just this once, I'm going all out. He's throwing all his money in. Columbus's coins are pointing to the river like a waterfall. I think they're generating a powerful forward progression vector. With magical energy. We're going to overtake them. With money! It's a pay to win. I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask. Where are you keeping that many coins on you? How the hell are you getting them all out? But for now, they definitely seem to be the kind of affection-loaded item we needed. Now, instead of just playing defense, we could start to go on the offensive as well. Let's send these guys packing. Sponge boy me oi. I tossed me first dollar overboard that went over it and dreaded. Got it. Thanks, big guy. And I'm sorry you're having to use all your money. Well, we'll reimburse him. Under the circumstances, I've got no other choice. Besides, you've always needed money to get ships moving. Now it's 1:30 AM here, but we are going to do our best to finish this event. Wait, he stunned him? Die! Apply the skill. No, that's a massive noble phantasm charge. Increase quick con and blue effectiveness, and MP strength up. MP gauge as well. Does that actually change? No, it doesn't. Okay. Increase my attack. Everyone is ready, and now let's buy them. We'll go for the one that isn't stunned. She looks so much better now. She's level 90 finally. My Leviathan is here! Take this, you purple Super Saiyans! You're going down! Yo, we just completely crushed them, overgage! Let's get that noble phantasm recharge! Yo, we're at 90% on the recharge! That's huge! Wait, he stunned the other guy. She is AoE. I increased my attack. Now let's wipe them out. With this. Sudden sieges once again. He is freaking massive. Huge is the understatement. Yo! Goodbye, Bart. Off you go with your bangs. And goodbye, Blackbeard. You silly otaku. JJ. He paid to win. Good grief, this is starting to feel downright immoral. At least now I know what it's like to spend with a bandit. Damn it, we're losing ground. Come on, Blackbeard. Is that how to be holding on to that collection you're always bragging about? The more I look at it, the more I start to think I just couldn't bear to part with it. But never mind me. You've still got some of your top secret hidden eye stash, right? Throw it in. No way. Why should I have to give up my greatest treasure before you give up yours? Give me that. If you won't go through with it, then I will. What do you think you're doing, throwing away another man's booty in an act of war? Not even my crew would ever stoop that low. I might believe you if you weren't trying to get a hold of mine while pretending to stop me, you dirty pirate bastard. They're fighting each other now. I knew there'd be disadvantages to their team up. Now's our chance. Time to finish this. The way we see this of the enemy. Imagine if we broke them in two. Literally separated them into two separate people. But our river is gonna take over yours and become a massive boulder. Boom. We win. You otaku freaks. Although I'm an otaku as well, but these guys are freaks. It was a glorious dream while it lasted. My chance to finally meet the hidden-eyed girl of my dreams. They really are distraught. Now I feel kind of bad. Well, don't let it get you down too much. In one sense, that kind of thing happens all the time with them. But don't worry, they're resilient, just like you'd expect pirates to be. One moment you're sobbing and now you're laughing and you're untouchable. Did you go mad or something? Don't get me wrong, I'm a wreck. Tears in my eyes. That's the pure, unbridled truth. But there's something else I need to admit too. If our wish really had come true, if we really had met the girls of our dreams at the end of this river, then we'd no longer be able to enjoy the search for them. Wait, think about it that way. Well, it still sucks. And maybe it's not all bad. Plus, we've already met Suzuka, as she seems like the new kind of popular girl who's kind of otakus and also willing to mercilessly toy with us. The path of hidden eyes, love is steep down and narrow. I never expected I'd be able to master it in a day, which is all the more reason why it's such a thrill to meet every time I meet a new hidden eyes along with it. I don't know much about toying or hidden eye paths, but I'm glad you're not mad about this. And I will say this, milady, if there's someone you want to see, you can't be half-assed about it. So don't go having second thoughts now that you've won this figurative ticket forward off us. If nothing else, I don't want you going forward with any regrets. As the saying goes, bangs once cut will never grow back. I came up with that one, of course. It's obsessed with hair bangs. You're right. Thanks. But I'll be okay. I've already made up my mind. If I have a chance to see the man I love again, then I'm definitely going to take it. So don't worry, I won't let you guys down. I'll make sure I hold my head up high when I see him. Talk about bittersweet. I usually wish for pots on the heads of couples lovey-doveying it up until Christmas and Valentine's Day. But maybe I can congratulate you. Just this once. And even if it doesn't turn out exactly how you hoped, then don't worry. You already know. The perfect hairstyle for covering your eyes if you need to shed tears and sorrow. Never missing a PR beat. Goodbye, team. They were fun in the end. And Blackbeard seems so much different than the Okeanos version we just read before. Actually seems a little bit more respectable. I've never met anyone like those guys before. They weren't easy to beat, but thanks to them, I think I'm ready now. I might be nervous, but I'm not uncertain. Not at all. I'm last stretch before the goal. Let's do this. Da Vinci is watching. I thought you might have your own reason for wanting to go down this river, but I never thought you'd take it that far. Who are you really? Da Vinci's onto something. Valentine's 126 Beyond the River of Chocolate? That is literally the name of this section. I wonder if this is talking about Columbus's motives. Maybe. I think this is a good time for a little chat. Speak as Caldea's technical advisor. There are some things I can overlook and some I definitely can't. Is that about how different I look in my downtime outfit? Because there's a reason for that. I told you how I used to skip my classes so I could go hang out at the beach with my friends for town ride. Well, I had at least changed my hair color or the guards would have spotted me a kilometer away when they... No, I'm not talking about that, although the reasons you change appearance are definitely relevant. I think, well, we all stopped questioning at some point, but I'm actually talking about you, Columbus. Me? What about me? Well, I guess my clothes do look a little different in this singularity. But it's like I told you back at the start. I don't know why it happened either, and it's not all that unusual for servants to change appearance, right? Think about how different lots of them look during summer of Christmas. So I'd rather not worry that too much about my new look. I bring this up because I'm pretty sure there's more to it than just a new look. I see. Mashu is taking up a defensive position. For example, we never did get into how you produced all these coins during that river battle with the pirates. What's that? I had you or we couldn't have won, right? That's true. And I do appreciate you helping us out back there. But the thing is that we went way beyond materializing data tied to your spirit origin. There were way too many coins for that. Not to mention you produced them way too naturally. So the way I see it, it must have been a phenomenon equivalent to a heroic spirit skills. But Caldeus Columbus doesn't have anything like that in his data. So I have to ask, who are you? Really? So it's not Columbus, it's someone else. How many times do I've got to say it? You can see for yourself, I'm Columbus, yes, we know. Your spirit origin pattern does line up with that. The problem is that there is some particulars we can't verify. There's a part of you that's basically a black box. So I suspect you are Columbus, but something else is mixed with you. How intriguing. If that is true, it would mean you have been deceiving me this entire time. I don't really get what you guys are talking about. But is something bad? That's what we're trying to find out. How about it, Columbus? If you have an answer for our questions, I'd appreciate if you told us of your own volition. What to do? It shouldn't be long now, so I had a feeling it might just be a matter of time before... What's going to happen now? Is that like a giant sea creature in the river? You called me, I'm not Columbus, I'm Detective Columbo. One mere question. What's going on? Did the ship suddenly pick up speed? We're here. Is it the end of the river? It's a giant hole of nothing. We're gonna die. It was all a lie. Is that what we've been trying to get to? The chocolate river's flowing into that hole at very high speed. Stop adding chocolate and boulders before it pulls us down there. I had stopped, but it's moving out of time. Said to Maria, drop an anchor. What? We stopped. Thankfully, yes, but the chocolate river is still flowing into that hole. What is that thing anyway? Well, it's a hole, Mashu. Now that we've made it here, there's no reason to keep it a secret any longer. I'll tell you what that is. It's a pit that leads to the underworld. Oh, So that's why they'll be able to see their loved ones again, because they'll die and they'll go join them. I guess it'd be more accurate to say it leads to a place that's becoming the underworld. I mean, what about... If underworld is hell though, what about heaven? Probably wouldn't send you to heaven though. I'm not sure, I'm confused. A place where chocolate that never got gifted goes to die, along with the feelings behind it. So it's not actually the underworld. Not yet anyway. But that, now that you know where it's ending up, I'm guessing you can tell what this chocolate river really signifies. It signifies, well, getting rejected. So then this is the river Styx. Exactly, it's a concept of the river flying throughout the underworld scene, and all kinds of myths, taken on physical form. This game thinks of everything. You people have probably seen it before. I know in parts of the Far East they call it the Sanzu River. It's the chocolate only again. The local. We only met one local, did you notice? And those rock piles are Sanzu's riverbank. And now I see if that's the case, that does bring a few things to mind. But it also begs the question, how do you know that? Because my goal was to bring you people here, of course. I had to get you here no matter what. I couldn't let you get held up anywhere further up in the river. It's like I told you way back at the start. I'm willing to lie if it means getting a ship to its destination. Underworld doesn't mean hell, just afterlife. In Greek myth, the underworld was both heaven and hell. Okay, that makes sense then. Thank you. Columbus, are you? You people are on the right track. I am called as Columbus, but that's not all I am. Here on the ship, it's mostly been me driving the spirit origin. I'm borrowing from him. Hell, now that I've said that much, you can probably guess who I am without me telling you. If this river is close to its conceptual idea, that it wouldn't be just the Sanzu River, it'd have to be the same underworld river that shows up in European, Indian, and Egyptian myth too. So we have a knit-standing river Styx, an underworld, and a boat. Does that mean you're... Well, I guess I might as well tell you. So it's not who we think it is. My name is Charon. I'm the one who rows the boat that crosses the river Styx. He looks like a psychopath. Charon? As in the underworld's ferryman? That's who you really are, big guy? Is that who Columbus actually is, by the way, or is that just like for this section of the story? Some of you don't look all that surprised. Does that mean you were starting to catch on? Didn't think about it, but yes, you never made any weird faces this time. I guess in the flashbacks that actually makes sense, so I'll go with that one. Okay, so this is only for this specific Columbus. And that's not the only thing that bothered me. I hope you could believe me when I say I'm here to make sure the ship gets to where it needs to go. Well, we definitely can't believe that. I'm no hero, I'm just a sailor who gets ships where they need to go. He keeps saying the same thing. The real Columbus wouldn't have said where it needs to go. I see. The Columbus inside of me is laughing and saying that you're dead on right now. You're a lot sharper than I thought. Charon, the ferryman, the river Styx, known as the River Acheron, who appears in Greek mythology. As I recall, you're the child of Erebus, the god of darkness, and the Nyx, the goddess of night, so I guess that makes you a god too. The dad would always pay him in silver coins for safe passage to the underworld, right? Oh, that makes so much sense all of a sudden. I see, so that's why you had all those silver coins. And according to some descriptions, he said he'd be an old man with red eyes and a long beard. Yeah, that tracks. But I also recall usually wear a tattooed old robe, so surprised you were dressed so sharply. That was Columbus's doing. He was okay with me borrowing his spirit origin, but he said if I was going to steer a ship too, I needed to dress the part. I didn't have any other choice, so I had him tailor this new outfit for me. It cost me some coin, of course, but it was also a fair trade. I'd expect no less from a businessman. Never mind your clothes. Get to the point. Why did you deceive us? What was your purpose in guiding us here? What you need to ask? To kill us, obviously. To send us to the underworld. I want you to get rid of that false underworld hole. Wait. Oh. Okay, he doesn't want to kill us. He wants us to help him. He could have just asked at the beginning of the damn story. We probably would have said yes because we are the good guys. The good microwaves. Unbelievable. In a word, I guess you could say I'm a client with a prospective job. I'm betting that hole is the core of this singularity. It's the entrance to a new underworld taking shape that you can only get to from this chocolate river Styx. And I want to see it go on just as much as you do. I think I understand. But to be honest, this is also something that I'm having a hard time following. I don't get it. If you really are the ferryman of the underworld, why would you want the underworld gone? It's simple. An underworld that revolves around dead chocolate of all things is no underworld at all. It's probably an embarrassment. I can't bring the dead to an underworld like that because it gets everything I believe in as a ferryman. You people don't count because you're not dead. Still dead or not, I'd bring you here, so I'm going to insist you pay the charge. Lucky for you, it won't cost you a single silver apple. All I ask is that you get rid of that hole. Please. What do you think, Da Vinci? It sounds convincing, by the way. I'm going to pause for a second. It sounds convincing that we should get rid of the hole. However, what if he's actually up to something a bit deeper? We really don't know enough information. What happens if we get rid of the hole and he tries something else? But apparently the Holy Grail is inside that hole. That must be what's attracting dead chocolate concept, which in turn creating a new underworld. It basically happens spontaneously, without anyone's nefarious involvement. So that explains this singularity and the way it came about. Our primary order is to eliminate singularities. In this case, that would seem to align with your goal, but I still don't know why you didn't just tell us at the start. Because I couldn't prove there was a hole, or tell you where it was located. I could intuitively sense that this chocolate river had the same traits as the river Styx, and that would... A new underworld was being formed at the endpoint, though I couldn't have even told you where that actually was until we got here. Besides, for some reason you were mistrustful of me right from the start. Oh gee, I wonder why, Chad. Why would we be possibly mistrustful of Columbus? Just look at the guy. Even if I told you what I knew back then, I didn't have an answer for your biggest question. So it was obvious to telling you before we got here. He would have just made me look even more suspicious. And if I'd slipped up in any way after that, well, you probably wouldn't have listened to another word I said, right? Besides, I could tell from the scent of death mixed in with the chocolate smell from the stagnant river that I had to do something about the situation before this world would even get more messed up. Long story short, before we set about either treating the symptoms or solving the problem at its core, I had to hurry and get you people down the river before I could explain what was really going on. I always planned about telling you on everything I knew once we got here. This is just a hunch, but I don't think you're lying. I believe you. While you're explaining, can I ask you about something else? Why did you say this river would let people see someone they miss? Good question. For that matter, why do we need to imbue the river with somebody's trait in the first place? Oh, that? I actually wasn't being fully honest with you there either. What a surprise. It wasn't a trait we needed to get the river moving, it was a yearning that would guide the way. The river gaining traits as a result was a kind of side effect. It's the desire to see someone you miss that moves the river along. The Holy Grail was trying to create an underworld that was tied to the concept of dead chocolate. But that wasn't enough to get the river moving. That's why it's standing still when you got here. And to fix that, we need to get the river a stronger emotion that would propel it along. And the emotion that went best with ungifted chocolate ended up being the desire to see someone you miss. The locals must have picked up on that subconsciously, and they weren't wrong. The underworld's where the dead go to rest, and everyone dies eventually. So if you ignore the timeline aspect, you could see the people you miss there by following this chocolate river, since that's where this river ultimately leads. I see, so that's what they meant. I could tell you're disappointed. But if that hole had finished becoming a new underworld, I really do think you could have seen him as an underworld made by pouring in a river that lets you see the people you miss, and it makes sense for it then to become an underworld that lets you see the people you miss. So, what will you do now? What else? We've got to plug up that hole. Let's throw Cetus in there. Otherwise, this singularity will never go away, right? What about seeing your lover? Don't you still miss him? They didn't want to draw his character model, so we're not gonna see it. Of course I do. But as much as I want to see him, I could tell there's no place for second thoughts. I made up my mind that I was going to become a hero who helped other people. That's the whole reason why I'm here. Then let's come up with a plan. Yes, let's. Unfortunately, I don't have a single idea how to do this. Help me! She's so cute! Yes, don't worry. We've got this bar covered. Just give us a little time. Okay, after running some scares, we now know that the hole mostly consists of an alternate dimension. But it's also technically a real, physical hole as well. Imagine an incredibly steep chocolate waterfall, and you'll have a good idea of what it looks like on the other side. The Holy Grail signal looks to be about several dozen meters below the surface. Can we salvage it from up here? Doesn't look like it. We can't pin down its coordinates in 3D space, so we only have a rough idea of its location, which means someone is going to have to actually go inside the hole and collect it. Oh, that sounds terrifying. But Andromeda agrees. Me, I'll do it. Are you sure? You're probably the one there that could do it, but still. I shouldn't have too much trouble going down this chocolate waterfall safely, as long as I'm on Cetus, and if I max out his power, I ought to make it back up the waterfall, no problem too. So you are confident in this girl? Of course. Just leave it to me. She's gonna be a hero in the end, chat. It's definitely dangerous, but I think it's also our reaction. Okay, if you can grab the Holy Grail yourself while you're down there, great. If you can't, just fire an anchor at its location, and we can use it in our next plan. Thanks for doing this. I wish there was more I could do to help. At least, take this comms device with you. I need you to plug this massive hole. Won't that cause a massive flood? Technicalities. It's going to resolve our singularity instead. I might be able to help you that way. Will do, thanks. Is there anything you'd like to say, Master? Maybe just one thing. You're the first 5-star servant I've ever had with NP2. Thank you, Andomeda. Yo! Promise me you'll make it back no matter what. Do not sacrifice yourself. Looks like you've got a glimpse of my past. Guess that happens with masters and servants sometimes. I appreciate that. But you've got the wrong idea. I never planned on dying back then, that's the truth. I don't know if you believe me, but in my own way, I was doing my best to fight. I just wish I could have done a better job then. I do love how Fate does their endings, by the way. It always feels so epic. I believe you. Just be careful, okay? Roger that. I'm all set. Let's do this one last check. At the risk of repeating myself, we just need you to go down there and check things out. Don't take unnecessary risks. If you feel like you're in danger, you cut back straight away. Roger Dodger. You seem to be taking this very casually. No matter. If something happens, it will not be me dying. If it comes worse to worse, I can at least throw in some poison that will ensure you do not suffer. So you may be rest assured to make your way down there. Down the pit, girl. You haven't changed a bit, huh, Empress? I guess you really are quite like my mother. Alright, everyone. Over that soon. Be careful. Go. Cetus, my water Pokemon. Warlord. Plug that hole. Alright, I'm making my way down the Chocolate River on Cetus now. We'll be at the hole soon. Understood. Please exercise maximum caution as you make your way down. Okay, we're here. Guess this is where the real work begins. Take your time, Cetus. Don't let the waterfall drag you down. Good luck, Busy. I'm counting on you. I still think that there's something wrong with Columbus. Are you okay, Andromeda? Are the comms still working? Yep, reading you loud and clear. What's it look like down there? Literally just a black hole. It's really dark and the chocolate smells really strong. It feels like I've turned into chocolate myself. I think my eyes are starting to adjust. Hey, I'll try going the direction you said the Holy Grail might be at. I don't know if it's floating in mid-air or buried in chocolate or what, but has the RC went up there? Is something wrong? That's weird. I thought I saw something off, but I couldn't get a good look at it. It almost seemed like there was something odd with the chocolate waterfall. Did you just get absorbed? All that chocolate makes me think of chocolate fountain in those fancy restaurants. And I want some. Me too, my queen. What the chocolate's moving on its own? Andromeda. Andromeda? That didn't sound good. That is not at all. It's a whirlpool. It's like it's going to collapse in on itself now. Perfect timing. The chocolate's crawling up from the hole. The hole must have figured out we're trying to close it. Seems like it's using the Holy Grail's power to control the chocolate that's been pouring in and wielding in place of its limbs. You mean the hole has a mind of its own? What am I reading, Chad? Or at least it has a self-preservation instinct. I'm surprised to see such behavior from a hole. I suppose anything goes with a Holy Grail involved. We can come up with anything in this game. It's taking everything I've got to ship from capsizing. You people will have to... Master, as crazy as this sounds, I think the hole is trying to attack us. With chocolate. And we'll have to fight back with all we've got. What do we do against a river of chocolate, people? Chug, chug, chug. It's a grand battle. Against a chocolate. Well, a chocolate hole. Well, this is the weirdest battle I've ever seen in a video game. I thought a tree was bad, but now we've got a massive hole of chocolate. Let's go. I'll play all my skills. Wait. I almost fell into the truck. He's got 5 barriers. This is a surviving battle. I play this first to see what happens. I have a feeling that each turn, one of those barriers will fall. We still do damage though, actually. I'm getting killed by chocolate, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 microwaves. He still has 5 microwaves, chat. Let's play our defensive maneuvers. Not really sure how this game works with defensive battles. Whether or not if it's actually each turn, or maybe we have to hit like a certain number in that HP bar. So I'm going to go ahead with this. Let's attack. I'm going to throw a whale at the hole. A cyberkinetic whale. In the hole. You actually can see the model in this one. Take that, you hole. We light it up with criticals. Scotty's going to die. Scotty's dead. No. Even Wave is going to die. I'll power it up with this. Chug, chug, chug. We're gonna throw another wow at the hole. Thank you to mighty fine piece of chocolate. I'm gonna punch that hole. We'll stun it. Charge loss. Not stunned. I'm going to be raised on by chocolate. How many turns must I survive? Chocolate river shake. Shaky, shaky. I'll play this, my invincibility. So Andromeda can live on. You attack that hole. Yo, check out that last mid. Skill sealed. Mashu! Level 9, she's dead. How long must I survive against this battle for? What are you doing here? Why are you on my team? Level 1 Asterios. Okay, game. He's here as an accident. He's not meant to be here, chat. She sounds like cute. Well, we've stunned him, so we're good for this time. We'll hit him again. With another whale. My precious Cetus. My criticals are punching through. The crazy actually had to break his first break bar to survive. Oh, we did it! We did it, chat! And who knows why Asterios was there all along. I've still got my hands full over here. How are things looking? We've managed to secure the chocolate for the time being. But we're not out of the woods yet. It's responding to us. It's trying chocolate. What happened to the girl? I've been trying to reach her, but she's not answering. If the hole's pushing up this much of a fight out here, then the inside's gonna be Andromeda. She's gonna die. She's gonna be suffocated by chocolate, maybe. She needs to be able to break free from the chocolate. Section 3, or Node 3. In an instant, the darkness seemed like it had come to life. Chocolate everywhere. The next instant, I felt something dark, heavy, and sweet, and fell at me from hesitating before I could even react. Well, it's chocolate, obviously. Now I'm trapped. It's so dark, heavy, and sweet in here, I feel as though I've become chocolate myself. I literally can't even lift a finger. No, I can't tell if I'm lifting one or not. I can't tell if my eyes are open or closed. I can't even tell if I'm still breathing or not. All I can tell is that I'm very, very tired. This dark, sweet heaviness is nice and warm, like a blanket swaddling my entire body. More specifically, this heaviness is made up of exhaustion, bravado, fear, misconceptions, misunderstandings, hope, and lots of other things. It's so heavy and sweet that it's very hard to resist. Microwaves. Even though it's not very actually happening, I can feel my mind's eyes starting to close. It was then that I remembered those words. A river that lets you see the one you miss. A world that lets you see the one you miss. That's right, that's true, then maybe I could see him again if I fall asleep. I miss him so much. After all, I wanted to be a hero. My parents were as human as anyone. They laughed and cried. They rejoiced and envied, and sometimes their pride got the better of them. And now, thanks to that pride, everyone in their beloved kingdom was in trouble. The kingdom itself was facing an accidental threat. So naturally I thought I have to do something. I'm their child. If I can help, I have a responsibility to do so. But despite my resolve, there wasn't much I could actually do. In the end, this was the only idea I came up with. Mom, Dad, I want you to sacrifice me to the monster and say the oracle said you had to. I had no idea if it would work. It seemed like I might end up dead, but it didn't mean I was walking into certain death. I was just going to do what I figured a hero from the stories would do in this situation. Yes, I was going to battle with the monster. So they tied it to a bunch of boulders. I would pretend to be chained to the boulder, and when the monster sided up, and lazily opened its mouth, to eat me, I would ambush and kill it. I don't clearly remember what my weapon was. Maybe it was a hidden dagger, or maybe it was a needle tipped with poison. Hell, I might not have had a weapon at all. and described the sharpest rock I could find nearby. Whatever it was. Though, I wasn't going down without a fight. If I succeeded at killing the monster like a real hero, then great. If I didn't, and ended up eaten, then my grieving parents would just need to say, "O gods of Olympus, O great Poseidon, O beautiful Nereids, we have sacrificed our daughter as penance for our unforgivable mistake. Please quell your anger." And then there would be that. I thought it was a great idea. No matter what happened, I figured things would work out. But then, while I was waiting with the bated breath for the monster to arrive, as I hid my trembling hands, I leaned on my chains, from my legs giving out, and tried to convince myself, with tears blurring my vision, were actually just spray from the waves. A miracle happened. A true hero descended from the sky and easily saved me and my kingdom. Before then, I hadn't known what a true hero was. It's Perseus. But from then on, I knew without a shadow of a doubt, I was an incredibly fortunate, maybe too fortunate. My first and last exposure to a hero was the pinnacle of what a hero could be. So while this may not be the best choice of words, the moment he descended from the sky and saved my life was also the moment when my own heroic ambitions died. My eyes are getting even heavier. I can feel the weight of despondency pressing down on my shoulders. There is nothing I can do. Maybe this is for the best, and maybe it's okay if I just let myself sink into the unconsciousness. I do really want to see him again after all. Why even try? I'm just a damsel in distress. Anyway, a sacrificial maiden. I only exist to be rescued. So no one will care if I give up. No one will take issue if I don't try my hardest. I'm sure that's right. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to get some sleep. Wait, hang on. Somebody's nagging me in the back of my mind. What was it again? Wake up, Andromeda. Do not let yourself be sacrificed. It's no use. She's still not responding. I think she might have lost consciousness. The chocolate's getting angrier. I might not belong to me, but this is still my ship and I'm its ferryman. I'd be a laughingstock if I let a boat on steering capsize. I could still hold out here. Please keep calling to Andromeda Master. You too, Da Vinci. Andromeda, if you're there, say something. Damn, we may be holding out for now, but we can't keep this up forever. We have to come up with a plan. How do we beat chocolate if we're in a boat on chocolate? I say you're racked with indecision. Well then, I shall deign to lend you a helping hand. I can tell you exactly what your best, if not only your course of action here is. Finally, she's going to be useful. I feel like so many randoms who just kind of like stood on the side the entire time. Please tell us. Listen carefully. She's gonna put a workout on. Why not forget about rescuing her? Wow. That's telling me. Now would you say that? Wait, hang on. Somebody's nagging me in the back of my mind. What is it again? It's bitterness. There's something bitter at the back of my tongue. I was absolutely happy. That much is certain. There's something about the fact that she lost her independence. I loved Perseus and I loved all the children we had together. It really was the blissfully sweetest life I could have hoped for. And I think he felt the same way. But at times I also sensed just a hint of bitterness as well. Sometimes it was in his smile. Sometimes it was in his sleeping face. Sometimes in the way he would stare off into the horizon. It was very, very faint. So faint I didn't think I would have ever noticed it if I hadn't left by his side. So faint nobody would have noticed it unless they had tied their life into his. Sometimes that bitterness was tinged with other things too. Tiredness, sadness, emptiness, coldness. Whatever I thought I caught a glimpse of, I'd always wonder what it meant. I never figured it for sure. But I think I at least have an idea. I think it had something to do with his being a genuine hero. The kind of amazing, one-of-a-kind hero that the gods truly smile upon. Maybe it was all in my head. Maybe that bitterness never existed at all. But whether it did or not, I thought it was there, and it was never quite stopped nagging at me. Even now, I don't know the answer. But every time I wondered what that expression on his face meant, I could feel a dead part of myself, aching with pain. That part never got a chance to become a hero herself. I don't blame him for losing my chance to become a hero. This has nothing to do with that. I really was happy when he saved me, and I know better than anyone how his heroics that class to anything I could have done. But the part of me that couldn't understand it, she was still sad. Because even though I genuinely loved him from the bottom of my heart, the very fact that I'd given up on being a hero myself so that I would have a place by his side meant that I wasn't even qualified to understand. It's all about the independent side. Hey, Perseus, can I ask you something? What would you think if, by some chance, I managed to become a hero myself? On second thought, never mind, I don't need to ask. Maybe you could only have thought of me as a sacrificial damsel in distress you saved, but if that damsel somehow became a dashing hero like you, I'm sure he'd be happy for me. Of course he would, he loves her. He should be happy for her. If I was a hero myself, I'd hope to be able to take a little weight off your shoulders. I hope I could get rid of that, at least a little by the bitterness you felt, always having to be a hero. Maybe there are things one hero can't do anything about. With two, who knows? So that's why... Yo, what is that? I'm not going to fall asleep here and hope I can see you again. What would be the point? I'd just be repeating myself. Is that Perseus' soul? No, the next time I see you I want it to be as a new me, a heroic me. Because if I gave up on saving someone else, if I gave up on being a hero yet again, if I just went with the flow without ever standing on my own ground again, how could I hold my head high around you? So open your eyes, Andromeda. Tighten your fist. Remember that bitterness you could never forget. Oh, CC, thank you so much for subscribing. You are awesome. Thank you. I so appreciate that. You're an absolute legend. Thank you for supporting me. You're a boss. Thank you for the sub. That is your 1 month first time. Thank you. You're so lovely. I appreciate it greatly. Have you read this story? Because it is insanely good. Remember the bitterness you could never forget. You can't let yourself lose down. Not like this. Wait, do we actually get to see Perseus? I hope we do. I want to see Perseus. This is really bitter. What the hell? You're awake. How fortunate that it reached you. Empress, what reached me? The communication? Did I not tell you I could throw in some poison if worse came to worse? You mean, a release of poison that would cause anyone charged with magical energy to suffer. It was much easier than my usual. Needed to let it flow down the hole instead of only affecting a small target. It's so bitter. Oh, that's why she complained about the bitterness taste earlier. And my skin is tingling. What did you do to me? I fell asleep, didn't I? And this was the kind of shock therapy to wake me up. Perhaps. Or perhaps I was simply trying to finish you off once where your whereabouts were lost to us. Still, I did just adjust the poison to affect the chocolate more than a little girl servant, so be grateful for that. That's enough posturing. Andromeda, I'm so glad we reached you again. Are you okay? More or less. Get a relief. She's alive. She's alive, chat. If you're still pouring in poison, do you think you could stop? It's kinda making me itchy. Listen, this poison is the only thing weakening the hole's resistance. If I stop the poison, the chocolate connected to the Holy Grail will begin acting up again, since it's too charged with magical energy. Your life may no longer be in intermediate danger, but you are still in the belly of the beast. Is there anything you can do about it? The belly of the chocolate. Well, there was that light I just saw. I wonder what that was all about. Light? From the Holy Grail? No, it wasn't quite like that. It felt warmer, like it was inspiring me to be better or something. The light! It's Perseus, I'm sure of it. It's coming from inside my clothes. That's weird. What is this? Ah, there's lots of lights tingling. It's chocolate! The chocolate I got from all those people I met on the river. Oh, everyone's coming together for one final chocolate history. But why is it glowing? The 5 chocolates. Andromeda. I think I get it. It's because it's alive. None of them are giving up on seeing their heart's desire. I wonder, maybe that's true for all of it. Hey guys, are you there? If you are, then it's okay. You don't have to be scared. This is a sign. Even though this is chocolate may not have reached its recipient, it still hasn't given up. And now this warmth and light is priming the pump for... It's just so funny. The fact that this is all about, like, love and rejection on Valentine's Day, and the yearning to get the chocolate to who you love. I knew it. You guys were so sad and agonized about not reaching your recipients that it felt like you were dying. But you're not actually dead. That's fascinating. That's a microwavingly bright light. It's like a galaxy in here. A microwaving galaxy. That's right. Since you're not dead, there's no need to go to the underworld. So let's go where you really want to go. We can see the people you want to see. Andromeda does link to the stars though, so somehow that kind of makes sense. I know what I have to do now. Can you guys get ready? What did you have in mind? I'm gonna send all the chocolate in here back outside. I think that'll probably get the holy grail connected to it to come out too. Then it'll be up to you guys to work together to collect it. You're going to send out chocolate? Can you do that? Sure I can. How? Whoa, it's like we're swimming through chocolate right now. Yo! Andromeda! She's actually gonna do it! Is she gonna sell the whole set out the chocolate? What's her plan? They all want to come out anyway, so let's do it. She looks magnificent. They've changed her completely. What's with this getup? Is it really me? Look at how cool she looks. I love Andromeda's design. She looks like a Power Ranger. She just looks epic. You didn't realize? How are you more surprised than we are? Never mind that for now. I'm pulling on the chocolate with my chain, so make sure you guys are ready for when it comes out. Here we go! It's chocolate pulling time! But that chocolate has already fallen down a hole into the underworld. Even if that underworld is still in the midst of forming, are you certain you can pull it out with your own chains? I see. We've come this far on the river, which treats boulders and chocolate as the same thing. In this case, she can manipulate the chocolate in this hole, just like she can her boulders. She has full control over the chocolate. Hang in there. Hang in there. Cetus! Listen guys, I know none of you want to give up on your dreams, so come on, work with me here. Let's bring that chocolate out of here. The ship's anchor, it's wrapping around my chains and pulling with me. Looks like this body owner is like what you have to say. Don't worry Columbus, whoever it costs a drop and weigh anchor, or paid in silver, so pull with all your might. He's doing it. Watch out, the horse will try to fight back. Then let's put it in its place, you two. Right. Don't worry, Master. I'll do everything I can to help Andromeda, and Charon fled to succeed. I suppose it'll be useful for the future to see how well my poison worked on this chocolate. Let's go fight! Chocolate! This is it, the grand battle! Against chocolate! I never thought I'd be saying this. Let's go beat up chocolate! Well, this is fake grand order after me. I'll power up my Andromeda. I'll play all of Scotty's skills first. I'll give an increase in double phantasm charge, and increase in attack, and provide the extra green ability for the green people. I'll gain stars as well. That's an extra 20%. Sacrificial Maiden. Target me. I'd increase this as well to the blue and green cards. No way, we're still doing this nonsense. Protection from the underworld. Should have brought in a different suit if I'm doing a 3-7 challenge. I'll play this. Wait, did one of his shields just drop? It might have. We're gonna send out Cetus. Destroy this chocolate! Yeah! Yo, even though it actually does have protection, we've almost killed it already. It is a losing charge. Look, not charge, barriers. My Scotty's going down. Look, she's almost dead. We've got our attack increase. I'll increase the attack. I'll play this. Oh, no! No! I should not be doing this. Although the effects are worth it, it's only on 3000 HP. This is more than overkill. I don't think this girl does damage anyway, does she? Oh, she does! It's the other Scotty I was thinking of. This one summons weird big fish people. I'm confused, chat. Well, we've broken her. And we stunned it as well. Take that, chocolate. And now Andromeda, for no reason. Just because it looks cool. Overgauge, we're breaking through. The chocolate rapid. It's still attacking me even though we stunned it. We get HP recovery? Why? But all my friends are skill sealed. I'll increase my attack. I'll play it this way. 100% criticals. Rain from above. Yo. She looks magnificent, doesn't she? This quadro attack is insane. Chocolate rain. Chocolate rain. Scotty's gonna die. We have no one else in the back line. I hit her with a stun. Just in case. I'll increase my defense. And cannot increase my attack though. I'll play this. Let's drop a huge, massive whale on the enemy. A microwaving whale. Literally does look like it's built from microwaves. And now my critical. Yo! She completely destroyed that enemy. We're not gonna let Scotty die. One last time. Take this, chocolate hole. My Andromeda wins. The hole is closing. We win the game. Our first Valentine's Day event. I can't believe the stuff I've been reading today. The hole has stopped fighting back. We did it! We did it, chat. We did it. Glad to hear, by the way, it's free. I could give that a go for hand tracking movement. I did feel a little bit restricted. This is all I've got right now, is moving around. But yes, that would cost a little bit extra. Maybe once my channel starts picking up a bit more, I'll consider that. The hole is stopped fighting back. We're ready for you, Andromeda. Go! She is the best. She is that girl. This cute anime girl. Now send that chocolate flying out of here. The giant pillar of chocolate. And it worked. That seemed like a pretty brute force approach, but I can't argue with the results. You're right. When the chocolate came out, the Holy Grail connected to it did too. There it is! The Grail's here! Thanks to all that fighting, its magical energy is dispersed, and it's losing its hold on its surroundings, and its effect on the world. You should be able to collect it and seal it. Would you do the honors, Andromeda? Leave it to me. Yeah, there's my waifu, she's collecting it. The Holy Grail is ours. Do I just give this to you now, Mashu? It'd be nice and safe in my shield. Thank you so much. Now the whole score is gone, the hole's quickly losing its underworld properties. Pretty sure it'll be either just a regular hole, or it'll disappear altogether. Be that as it may, why is all this chocolate flying off in disparate directions? You need to ask? All that chocolate was made to be gifted, so it's going to where it needs to go. So now there'll be no more rejection. Maybe it wasn't just brute force after all. There was a Holy Grail in that hole, and the Holy Grails are obviously all about granting wishes. So if Andromeda made a connection to it, and wished all this all went back to where it belonged, maybe that's what got the nearby chocolate to reverse course. This whole thing started spontaneously after all. What a cool world to be in for Fate Grand Order, if this stuff happens all the time. So it's definitely possible that there's still a chance for someone to use the Holy Grail to intervene. Still, even if I'm right about all this, I guess she did it all subconsciously, just like that ascension that even took her by surprise. Yeah, that's true. The ascension came out of nowhere. I was so used to using it already for my actual servant that when it popped up, I was like, yep, that's normal. And epilogue, to finish the story of chocolate. Hey, Perseus. If I'd been a hero, I could have stood next to you on equal ground. Could I have helped share the sadness you felt as a hero? Could I have understood it? Could we have had the same thing we had back then, but in a different shape? Could we have gone through life together with just a little less hardship and a little bit more joy? Of course, no matter how many times I talk to him in my mind, there will never be an answer. Can we just admire how epic this chocolate pill looks? Like, it looks delicious. So I looked down at my own body and giggled. She is a hero, look at her! Is this what it looks like? Is this what I look like as a hero? I don't know. But I think I have at least gotten closer. She looks magnificent. But now that's good enough. I guess I won't be able to see you just yet. But until I do, I'll keep saying it over and over. I miss you, Perseus. I can't wait to see you again. There's something really sweet about that. And now she's back to normal. Go back to the other form, that was way cooler. I'm back to my old self. Thanks so much, you did great. Hey, I was gonna say that to you. I think I'm one step closer to my dream now. All that is because of you guys. I still have no idea much further I have to go, but that's okay. Just knowing it's okay for me to keep going in this direction is a huge win. I hope you get there someday, and that you're able to stand by Perseus' side. I think you'd love that too, of course you would. A connection really lets you understand my feelings. That is kind of embarrassing. I guess I don't mind knowing. Although my job is done, it looks like this is goodbye. But you know I have a feeling we'll see each other again. Yep, because you're permanently on my account now, so you are now the new waifu. We definitely established a bond with you over the course of this mission, so that seems very likely. I hope you'll come see us at Chaldea next time. We have a simulator that can let you go swimming in any ocean you like, as much as you want. Wow, really? That sounds awesome. Hey chat, so not every hero seems to be in Chaldea right now. So like, how did they get heroes in Chaldea? Because obviously in this event there were heroes in Chaldea, and they were also wandering around this chocolate river. So how do we actually get this character in Chaldea? And speaking of wins, I think I had a personal one here too. I now have a better idea of what to do for my Valentine's chocolate this year. I think that idea will only get clearer with time. I don't know what that's all about, but from the look of your eyes, it seems like you're more up to romance talk than I realized, Nashu. She's blushing! It's a dating simulator. I'm still in the learning phase when it comes to that. Well, the next time we meet, what's the talk romance then too? Don't worry, I'm still learning plenty about it myself. Sounds great. I'm glad this guy actually wasn't evil in the end. He still seemed fishy the entire time. Looks like this is it for me too. As far as ferryman duties go, I think I did what I had to. I collected as a fare for all my passengers where they needed to go. and destroy the port of call that those ships shouldn't ever have to be at. This ought to keep Hades off my back. Thanks, I appreciate this. And to show it, I'm gonna give you back the change for your fare. Huh? Aside from the times when another river collided with us, it was pretty smooth sailing, right? That's because someone else besides my patron Missy had someone they dearly missed, and we're throwing in boulders that fits the river's trade. Or to put it another way, the servant who added the most boulders to the river's status up, because they just happened to have someone that they fiercely wanted to see again too. And which one of you besides Missy had the most chances to throw in boulders? Well, Senpai and I were busy gathering chocolate, so it would have to be. I don't understand, what are you trying to say? I'm saying your chief engineer definitely has someone she misses too. Though I don't know if she really is unaware of it, or she's just pretending to be. So my advice and change I owe you is to take this chance to be more honest with yourself. I have no idea who you could be talking about. This conversation is over. I know I said you remind me of my mother, Empress, but I guess you're also very different. Show more confidence in yourself. Don't be afraid to be honest with your feelings either. You're so pretty, I'm sure it'll go well for you. Is that your way of asking for another dose of poison? Of course, in that sense, Columbus, he might have been indifferent if he hadn't had someone he dearly wanted to see again himself. A half-assed being like me would never have been able to negotiate our deal. I wonder who Columbus could miss. Maybe a wife or children, or one of his closest mates from his voyage. Beats me. You'll have to try asking him yourself. I wonder who it was. Looks like my time is up. Take care, people. If you ever need a ferryman to the underworld, you'll always have a spot on my boat. Just don't forget the silver pieces or you'll have to wait another 100 years. Wow. I think this is it for me too. Bye guys. I can't believe I was roped into such frivolous discussions of love right until the last moment. I'll admit that your overly headstrong jump performance did help us finish the mission sooner. But you have yet to impress me elsewise. So if you should come to Galia one day, know I'll do everything in my power to teach you the proper way to behave towards an empress. Is that clear, Princess Andromeda? Cute. They're so cute. Okay, but go easy on me. Bye, Andromeda. I'll see you the next time I fight. Because you're on my account now. Andromeda and Charon have both returned to the throne, and it looks like someone else is back in their place. It's you! Columbus! Weird guy. Glad that's over with. There's a criminal mastermind behind all of this. Hey now, I didn't do anything wrong this time. Or any other time for that matter. Part of me still thinks I might have been easier if you just told us everything from the start. But I suppose it's possible, if not likely, that you were unable to do anything with Charon taking over. That's exactly right. I was more of a middleman than anything else this time. Don't get me wrong, it's nice making money without having to do any actual work yourself. But it's not as easygoing as you think, being so attentive and keeping things running smoothly. At least everything worked out nicely. What? Did you get a nice, big silver coin payoff from Charon or something? Between the fee for his clothes, the one to inhabit your spirit origin, and the ones to use in a ship, I bet you made a bundle of him. Hey now, don't get me wrong, this wasn't just about money. One reason I helped Charon out is because I felt I had a responsibility to. And why is that? Remember what he said back at the start about this being a river of dead chocolate? Well, I still have bitter memories of what could have been with the cocoa I wasted back in the day. I was so excited when I brought it back to Europe since I was sure I'd make a killing. But I just couldn't figure out a way to process it for the European polities. Anyway, that counts as dead chocolate too, right? So I figured I must have made at least part of this river. Look at his face. But then, it turns out the chocolate wasn't dead after all. It looks epic. That just goes to show you should never give up on your dreams. The chocolate doesn't have to stay wasted forever. What the hell is wrong with this guy? If I'm making a killing of chocolate now, then I'm sure that Coco will lead a happy life. Why does this guy have so many weird faces? Huh? Oh. I guess I'll just chalk up that beard to getting back to business as usual. The Charon was talking about back there anyway. Who I never thought too much about. Yes, who did you actually miss? Now that you mention it, I do know who it is. Who then? The only person I want to see more than anything, of course, would be the guy that saw fit to give me big dreams and help them come true. If I ever get a chance to meet that higher power, I'd love to tell how grateful I am face to face. Mighty, damn it, you of all people aren't supposed to leave us like you more than we did before. Why not? At any rate, it ain't easy. Making your dreams come true, and exactly painless either. But also, why? When one of them comes true, it's the greatest feeling in the world. I know I'm not saying anything profound here, but it's still true. So I say, have the courage to keep moving forward. It'd be a waste to let chocolate you took from the time to prepare die without ever giving it who you made it for. And as long as you don't give it up, your dream will surely come true someday. But I guess I don't gotta say it again, huh? No matter how much it might seem like people might have learned their lesson and given up, there's way more people out there who don't want to give up, no matter what. Weird, why is everything changing? It must be more than just the time of day. What's going on? Oh, hi, welcome to the stream. The living chocolate dances throughout the air. It goes to where it needs to go, to see people where it wants to see. Is radiant, sometimes sweet, sometimes bitter, is protected by courage that seeps down to its core. Maybe it all started with people who made it. Maybe it started with the woman who smiled at the thought of it. But no matter how it started, the chocolate was pure hype, through and through. It was an embodiment of the desire not to disappear, to not give out under pressure, to not give up for anything. The kinds of wishes everyone has, given physical form for all to see. So Chocolate Galaxy. Check it out, it looks awesome. The former river sparkled as it flew over the onlookers' heads. And even when every bit of chocolate there eventually disappears, new chocolate will surely keep being made, and as long as people keep wishing. Chat, we're reading it like it's actually true. It's amazing, guys. We've finished our very first Valentine's Day event for Fate Grand Order. And we get given a galaxy. Oh, I still can't do the challenge quest, chat, but we've done it. We've finished the event. So thanks guys for a great stream. I'll be grinding out the last part of the event to make sure we get everything from these materials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and come join us on stream on Twitch. I'm not hanging out with Columbus. Awesome. Thanks guys for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!